Why is this like a thing every time?
What, the horizontal?
Yes, Sam De La Torre. Man, I can't believe how refreshed you look because you've been working your tail off, man. I don't believe it.
It's the fountain of youth.
We both found it, right?
Work your butt off, man. That's all you can do.
I'm hearing you. Oh my God. Hey, good to see you.
Yeah. How you doing,
As
man?
always, I'm doing good. It was good to see you at the show, even though, did we talk? Oh, we did
Yeah,
actually.
I came to the booth.
Because we did a little on-camera thing.
I think you're off the camera here.
I'm off it?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you're going to be off it.
No, I'm not.
Well, just about.
Am I on it?
Yeah, here. Here, scoot back a little bit. More. Towards me.
No, I want to be near you.
Get close, guys.
Yeah. There we go. Live in 22 minutes, it says.
We're live right now.
Yeah, right?
Well, I see video here.
Yeah, we're live. Okay. I don't know why I don't, but we'll figure it out here. Hopefully it's not some screw up again. Because yours truly screws up too often. Am I talking on there?
I don't know. I don't have the video. I don't have the audio on.
Figure it out here.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not some screw up. Michael Limon says he wishes he was here.
Us too, Michael.
All right. Sam, we've got so much to talk about on Tackle Shop Confessions. We'll, of course, dissect the BART Hall show a little bit, you know, because it was fun and interesting. And we saw all kinds of different people who showed up for that. It was great. Also, we've got some tremendous fishing going on. The Native Sun has had over 100 legal halibut.
Man,
18
who would have
over.
thunk it, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. They run out of 22nd Street Landing for anybody joining us. Out of 22nd Street Landing in beautiful San Pedro, California. And man, I'll tell you, that is an amazing stat. The bass fishing that's going on down in San Diego, those guys are getting like hundreds of bass all the time now. So we can talk about that. And the yellowtail thing just continues to move
Climb.
Yeah. La Jolla, I was telling you, the guy SD Fish and Sips, Mikey, he had some giant big yellows and an incredible show. And then we have fish at Colonette. There's fish at Todos Santos. Man, there's just all good stuff going on right now.
You're mentioning Mikey. He's got a video from must be a couple years ago where he was on his kayak and he was out there filming, and his buddy was on a boat behind him and fishing the surface iron.
Yeah.
And you could see the yellowtail eat the surface iron from the video. I mean, just by chance, right? How often is that going to happen, right? Where you can catch it like that? It looks like a 50-pound tuna like blowing up on a jig. And it ends up being like this 40 or 45-pound gigantic yellowtail.
Oh my! And they got that fish.
They got the whole deal. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, on camera. It's pretty cool. So you got to look back a little bit at that, but that's a pretty exciting video.
Yeah, yeah. Paul from Australia wanted to know what you thought about those yellows. I showed you the photos.
Gigantic.
Oh
man.
my God!
Jeez,
they're like 100-pound fish.
Yeah, they don't even look like yellowtail.
They
They're
don't.
so big.
Yeah, that's incredible stuff.
Pretty cool.
How was the show for you?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, you know, the San Diego thing traditionally has always been, you know, the lesser of the shows. You know, the slower. More family oriented. You know, a lot more room. You know, less vendors, but that's why we have a lot more room. You know, and so it's never, at least in my experience. You know, and I didn't go to it religiously like I did Long Beach. In Long Beach, I've been going to that show for 30 years or more.
As a patron or as
both?
Yeah.
Both as a patron. I've been working it for 25.
Yeah.
You know, so it was always the show where, I mean, literally at times you couldn't walk down the aisle type of thing.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
You know, and that was common every year. There was a certain time of day, you know, Saturday, you couldn't even walk down the aisle. You know, San Diego was never that. You know, it was never that packed. You know, but it was always fun to go because it's the kind of show where you can take your time and look at stuff and you didn't feel so rushed because it's just a crowd. You know.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of like that too this year. But people always, well, how was it? And how was it? And that question is sometimes it's like kind of loaded. Like, what does it mean? You know, like how much did I sell, or what did I think about the overall thing? You know. And to me, I feel like compared to Long Beach in the past, it was about the same, you know, as far as the difference of the two was about the same, you know. As far as what we sold, I think we're on par with what pretty much anybody has forever. You know, I can't think of us being any lower. As compared to the Long Beach show, it's always a little bit less. about maybe 15% or 20% less than the Long Beach show.
But you know that going in, right?
You know that going in.
Yeah.
And, you know, just with things the way that they've been in general, and people kind of feeling like, you know, maybe that show is no good, all this stuff, you start getting the feeling like, well, maybe it's going to be like the opposite. Maybe I'm going to only make 15% of what we did at the Long Beach show. You know, I mean, you just don't know, right? 'Cause
Right.
you don't know until the people show up.
Yes.
And so, but no, I mean, it was great. The guy, you know, the buyers were there. We sold a lot of stuff. We sold different stuff. That's the other part of it too that I found really interesting, and it's kind of just a general thing that happens sometimes is that, you know, you go to the one show, you got all your stuff, you set it all up, and there's some things you sell a lot of and some things you don't sell too much of. And so then now you think, okay, well, now I got it. You know, I'm going to take much more of this
Got
stuff.
this figured out.
Yeah, you go to the next show, and it's the opposite. You're like, oh, nobody wanted this stuff. And I couldn't, like fluorocarbon at the Long Beach show, I mean, I don't know if we've ever sold more fluorocarbon than we did. You know, and I'm talking like historically, like years and years.
Really?
I mean, we sold a ton of fluorocarbon.
Yeah.
I mean, guys were just buying it up. We had the same promotion, the same stuff. Actually, we even brought some more fluorocarbon, thinking, okay, well, we need more. And we sold like half as much or less than half as much. But on the flip side, I didn't hardly sell any, you know, built rods at Long Beach, so I didn't take so many. And we sold almost
out?
all we had. Yeah.
Oh,
It's like,
my
man,
God.
I should have brought more of those, you know? So,
It's almost like fishing. Once you think you got it figured out.
yeah, exactly.
You
It
get
shifts on you. Yeah. It's like, man, it is exactly like fishing, you know? You can't ever have it figured out.
Yeah, and I, on a personal level, I'm happy you said to me, I can't believe the amount of people who come up here and say
Right.
Tackle Shop
Right.
Confessions, which
Right.
makes me ecstatic to hear
Yeah.
that, man.
Yeah, yeah. People that are on the show, like, you know, that comment.
Yeah.
But also people that don't, you know? So it
Yeah.
makes you feel like, well, we only get like 8 or 9 people that comment. You think,
Right.
well, that's probably all who's watching.
Yeah,
it.
right.
But
We got
no,
9
no,
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's way more than that.
Way more than that,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I felt really good about that. And I got that feeling walking down the Malecon in Ensenada where guys were coming up to me that don't speak English.
Yeah.
And going, hey, hola, yeah, I know you. And I was like,
Yeah,
whoa,
yeah.
what the heck? You know, this is pretty cool.
It
So
is.
It's going good. You want me to read a couple comments?
Yeah,
or
let's catch up
we can
here,
do
yeah.
that because we got a few. James Blanchard's going to come down here tomorrow because he wants some of those blacktail hooks. Good time to say hi to Izzy and to Sky and thank them very much for helping us out the other day. They were like, I tried to get Izzy on the show, but I just missed her the other day, but she's always great to have on.
Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah, so they're doing great. Labworks, that's Paul. He's over in Australia. Paul, it's good to see you. He loves being here and dealing with us, and he's the one that sent us those photos of those yellowtail. I'll share those with you tomorrow, everybody, on our Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. They are very, very impressive.
Yeah.
In fact, since I've got the technology down, Sam, and we can hook up, he's talking about
That'd be cool.
going and catch one on the rock. I think
Oh
you
my gosh.
suggested
Yeah,
that.
that would be the most coolest thing, man.
Right?
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
bit, and then
Oh
you
my
know,
gosh, yeah.
we got to make that happen for sure. All right, how about Scott Buchert sending a $20 bill over here? Scott, we love you. Sam gets his chicken wings tonight. Are you going to be able to do that tonight?
We'll see. We'll see.
Hey, wait a minute.
We'll
Isn't
talk it out.
Chris coming with tri-tip or
No,
something?
no, he had something going on. His wife, you know, they're going to some function.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they couldn't make it. But he says he's promising it for next week, is what he said.
Oh, hey,
Okay.
yeah, no, we appreciate what he did. All those ribs, man.
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
those for a few
If
days.
somebody wants to send down some tri-tip, you know, we got.
We'll open the door for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You can come right in. Isaac says, good evening. Let the show begin. And thank Sam for the raffle ticket. So
Yeah.
I was there at the Del Mar show, and Sam had purchased some raffle tickets for Mission Fish. Brian Barber does that. And he said, Phil, here. He gives me all these tickets, and he says, find veterans and hand them out to random veterans. There was a guy right behind me. He was in the Marine
Yeah.
Corps. Isaac. There was a guy named Jeremy that I got him to, a couple other guys. So way to go, man.
That was cool. Yeah, yeah. I figured, you know, I was going to contribute anyway, but I figured, well, why not, you know, let someone else, possibly, I don't know if anybody want anything, but, you know, give it to those guys. And
Yeah, my guys would have, I know Isaac or Jeremy goes, hey, if I win, I'll let you guys
That'd be
know.
pretty cool,
So
yeah.
when was the drawing?
I don't know.
Maybe it's still coming up. Or
Yeah, it could be like maybe they're doing it for several shows or something like that.
Maybe,
I don't
yeah.
know.
All right, Scott Buchert is back again with $3.99 now to add to his $19.99. Yeah, a little tip.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Scott, very nice of you. Isaac says, let's get it going. Michael Limon wishes he was here. Michael, we wish you were here also. Tell Grandpa we understand. When you get old, it's hard to drive in the rain. just stay home, Grandpa. Don't.
Yeah.
He's my age.
Yeah.
Come on. Yes, we can hear you, says Isaac. Thank God. Anthony, I'm Alphatana. We haven't seen you for a long time, and it is really good to see you. Let's see. Camry? Camera looks great to see you guys. What's up, family? Let's talk fishing. You got it, Anthony. I'm happy to hear the camera looks great because with me doing it, there's always the possibility of some screw up. There's Chris Navarro right there. Good evening, guys. Sorry, no tri-tip tonight. Had an important engagement all day today. Next week, I promise. Everyone, please hit the like button. Chris, that was so good of you last week. The ribs were absolutely to die for. And as I mentioned to Sam just a moment ago, man, I had those for a few days. So thank you. And yeah, we'll definitely look forward to next week. SD Fish and Sips. Mikey has a great YouTube show too. Yes, he does. And I'll be probably talking to him tomorrow and arranging a podcast with him because,
cool.
Yeah, man, I mean, he scored those yellows. And a lot of our guys, the minute I mentioned him, they're like, oh man, I follow him. He's great. So I'm all over that. Did you ever see at 22nd Street Landing the guys that came in and did the rooster crow? Do you ever remember seeing that? There was 4 guys and they came in. Daryl's one of them. And they go, well, can we do the rooster crow? So I taped it, and then I've lost that tape. But it was classic. Anyway, the rooster crew called me. They go, hey, our friend's Mike. I grew up with him, and you need to talk to him. And then I go, dude, I want to get him on our podcast. And I go, so they made it happen, actually. So
cool.
Good stuff. Robert Slegers, hi, Phil. And Sam would talk to you at the BART Hall show. I think it helps to have a cute girl that likes to fish. Yeah, that's for sure, right? Is that Paulina he's talking about?
I think so.
Yeah. Red Pill says, evening, gentlemen. Great seeing you. For a Saltiga 20 Star Drag, what pound braid would you spool it with, and what rod would you pair it with? Using it for island fishing and light line, fly line.
So actually, I have that reel. It's actually a really, really nice reel. I use it quite a bit. I think I've got 50 pound on mine, but you could definitely go a little lighter if your intention is to do some more island fly line fishing. Sometimes what happens, we don't really know what kind of fishing we're going to have at the island, so sometimes that can be fishing for yellowtail with really light line, meaning like 20 pound, even 15 pound test. And if you're doing that as a leader, you can even go lighter braid than that, maybe 40 pound or maybe even 30 pound, but 50 pound gives you kind of the range where you can fish anywhere from 15 pound all the way up to 40 pound on that reel, and the reel's got all the drag you want. As far as the rod is concerned, something 8 to 9 foot, rated like a 20 to 50 is probably what I would fish. Any brand, any of the major brands would work. Something 8 to 9 foot, 20 to 50.
All right, good stuff. Tony wants to know if you'll be at the PCS show.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, last show for us. We got one more to go. We'll be there.
And you've got a good-sized booth for that show also, right?
It's a little smaller than the other shows, but, we still seem to figure out a way to fill up a whole truck worth of stuff to take down.
I know. Are you tired? On a personal level? You got to be a little tired. You don't look tired, though. You look great, man.
I feel tired. I don't want to get home. I'm not going to take too long to go to sleep tonight.
All right, just so everybody know, you put in 4 days there. You shipped everything down there. You're not sleeping in your own bed, and you do this show, and it's pretty much 24/7. And then Sunday, do you break down and come home that night, or how does that all work?
Yeah, so we're basically setting up really from the Friday prior. So Friday prior, we're in here, we're getting all, everything kind of staged, ready to go. We're getting racks pegged and all that kind of stuff. Monday, we load the truck. So Monday, we're loading the truck. Tuesday, I drive the truck down, and we start setting up. So we set up Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursdays for, then we go to the show Thursday through Sunday, and then Sunday, right after the show, we break it down and drive it all back, and then put it back into the store.
That night?
That night.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I got to take the truck back. It's a rental.
Oh, yeah, and the next morning.
Yeah, we already got everybody's kind of like, ready to just finish this thing off, rather than trying to say, hey, everybody's got to come in the next day to unload.
Yeah.
As you saw today, it was just Andrew here, so it's just, me and Andrew, and actually Peter too, to start getting the stuff back together. But if we do that, and with everybody here, we can also put it back in the store in a way that's easier to kind of work around. And we've already got a lot of it back in place. So, but yeah, that's the program. So I mean, it really almost goes for about 2 weeks, like all said and done. From the setup to the breakdown to putting everything back.
Yeah, I can tell, man. You guys kicked butt at that show, but it's a lot of work. All right, Spastic D, gents, do you have a solid lead on where to get parts for gold trends?
Trinidad's, yeah.
Trinidad's. I think my convex washers are flattened out.
We have them. We have them right here. Yeah. Unfortunately, that washer, I think they're using the very same or very, very similar washer on the newer ones, but I know we have a bunch of those here. It's the Belleville washer that goes on top of the drag. And when that thing starts getting flattened out, you start losing basically drag potential. And so it actually works like a spring. But yeah, we got a bunch of those here, so it's no big deal. I don't think that's a part that should be hard to get quite yet. But I'm sure we have some here. So if you need something, come on down or give us a call that we can mail one out to you.
All right, LabWorks says Australia is not getting the Lexa 500.
Interesting, yeah. I mean, that's how it is for a lot of things, Sometimes you just kind of look at a company and think, well, why can't I just get this here or there? But they make certain reels for certain markets. And maybe down the road, maybe a few years down the road, if Australia, the people who run that part of the company, if they feel they're going to sell enough of them, they'll show them down there. So you'll have to figure out a way to get one down there.
Can he buy one from you, and would you ship it to Australia, or is that a...
He can buy one for me, and he can figure out how to ship it there. I wouldn't want to be responsible for trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
I don't know how much that would be, or whether one type of service is safer than another.
Yeah.
But I definitely would sell him one. I don't really know about shipping it down there. I don't want to promise something like that.
All right, Tim Marquez from A Best Income Tax, our dear friend and great sponsor of the show. Sam, will you have AFCO deals at PCS?
So we're going to be taking our stock here that we have, but AFCO themselves is not going to be in our booth. I don't know if you noticed that there was kind of a whole corner of AFCO.
Oh, yeah,
there.
yeah.
So they're going to be in another booth at the PCS show, and they're going to be, I think, with Ketchum Tackle. So we'll have some of their stuff there. We're taking our own inventory, but whatever we don't have, they're also going to be available. I think there maybe also at Fisherman's Landing. So there'll be some deals there at the show. We may not have everything, depending on what you're looking for. We may or may not have it in our booth, but whatever we take in is going to be on sale.
All right, Daniel says hello. Daniel, it's great to see you, my friend. Jose Guevara.
Yeah.
I think Jose won some free tickets to the show. He was the guy that wanted to run in and get the, great.
You got it, yeah.
Jose, good to see you, my friend. Hey, Sam, thank you for helping me with the SKB bag. I had a lot of people asking about it. Phil, thanks for the tickets. Jose, thanks for your great support, man. Good guy.
Yeah, that was
I didn't get
cool.
to meet him.
Yeah,
you did, right?
He was in the first thing that day, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Because he was literally watching the show in the morning that we did.
Yeah.
And then he said, we told him, you better sprint over there.
Yeah, and he did. Yeah, he was first guy in line.
Did you sell out of those?
Yes.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
All right, Camargo won. Sam, I got my first ever jig stick from you this weekend. The CalStar WCDH 90J is ready to get paired up. I'm thinking of a Turn 2 500N or the Lexa 500. Do you have any recommendations?
From those two, it's going to be a tough choice. If I was going to go to the Turn, I probably wouldn't choose the narrow. I probably would choose the standard width one. And that would be almost similar to that Lexa 500. But that Lexa 500 is, I think it's going to work great. I hate recommending something that I've never used, because that's just kind of my philosophy is I want to be able to recommend it based on my own experience. But I feel like it's going to be a great reel. But if you're going to go with the accurate, I definitely would go more with the standard width one. The reason being is that when you go with the narrow, especially with a jig stick here, you go make a long cast, especially if you use a long top shot, which most people do with a jig stick. But even not, you're going to lose diameter, meaning that you have a lot of line out, so you're going to have less line on your reel, so the amount of line that you have out. When you're winding your jig back, and you're going to be looking at your jig for a speed, So we're talking about, swimming the jig. Well, you can only see it when it's close to the boat. When the jig is, let's say 20, 25 feet from the boat, that's when you can see the jig. So that's when you're going to kind of make that measurement of your speed.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, when you go cast way out and you make that same speed because there's less line on your reel, the jig's not going to be moving as fast.
You're absolutely right.
So it's kind of hard to gauge. So the more line that the more line you have on your reel to start, meaning that the reel that's going to offer you the less amount of difference in diameter is going to give you a better judgment of a good swimming speed. So to me, I would go with the wider one of the two.
All right, good stuff. I get the feeling that this year the bar perch fishing and the surf has been extraordinary just from what I'm saying. There was a guy, I put him on our morning briefing today. I can't remember his name, but he had 35 bar perch that he caught and released in Huntington Beach yesterday.
That's a good day.
Yeah, and there's other guys who are just cranking on these big old slabs, which are cool fish.
Time to go fishing.
Yeah, and you know, I had to fight my car when I left. I was wanting to go to Mexico as usual, and I was going to drag Greg Bates down there, and you know, I was saying we got to do some content down there. We got to have an excuse to go. But Bill Varney said, "Where they're pumping the sand on our beach," he goes, "It's wide open right there." He goes, "Are there birds there?" I go, "Yeah, man, they're feasting on all that stuff." He goes, "What do you think's going on out of the water?" So wouldn't you know, Bob Gifford, who's sitting out here, and Greg and a bunch of other guys were going to come. We had it all set up, and they didn't pump that day because the surf was so big. It was unfishable. It was a mess. But I'm waiting for this to lay down here midweek, and then maybe we'll get Luna and Diego and you over there on a Sunday, and we'll hit that, man. Fish that. That would be cool. I want to see if that. It makes sense, right? It's a big chum machine.
Yeah,
what it is.
Yeah,
so there's been really great surf fishing going on. Patrick and Sarah, Horn Jackets. Sarah this evening. Sarah, it's great to see you from Montana. That will be an amazing podcast if you chat with Mikey. Oh, we are going to do that, Sarah. I can't wait. Brett says, Mikey is great. My daughters love watching his videos. Brett, it's been a long time since I've seen you, man. Good to see you. My best to your dad, your brother, and your kids, of course, your whole family. Carlos, thank you, Phil, for the BART Hall tickets. Mr. Sam, I'm looking for an 8-foot jig stick for fatty yellowtails. Heavy, tatty, and sallis jigs. What do you suggest? 40 or 50 pound test?
Yeah, 40 or 50 is good. Either one, yeah. As far as your jig stick, you know, something like a 6480, you know, it's probably going to be your base standard, like, you know, all around jig stick, rated 30 to 60, 6480 from CalStar. Seeker, maybe 6480 heavy, then that was rated 30 to 50. You can go into the United Composites, maybe a Terminator, you know, a 8-foot Del Mar, maybe even a Predator, maybe a GP Monster. All of those would be a good choice in those classes there. So 8-foot, 30 to 60 is kind of what I'd be looking at.
All right, tons of people watching tonight. We deeply appreciate that. Hit that like button. We thank you for that. How many likes we got? Because my thing never registers. I don't know what the deal is.
4 likes now. 31.
31 likes. Let's surge past 40. In 5 minutes, we will be past 40. Do you agree?
I agree.
All right, thank you. You don't care.
No.
All right, Julio SF. Hey, guys, good afternoon. Hey, are we debuting the Alexa 500 next Monday night?
It's a possibility.
It's a possibility. What does that mean? You're not sure whether it's going to be here.
Yeah, depends on how many wings I get.
You hear that, everybody? We need a few more. Oh, sure, Isaac.
There you go.
There you go, man. He heard you. Julio says, hey, guys, good afternoon. Do you carry the Alexa 300 HD? What's the price retail on it?
I think the retail price on those is $270.
It seems fairly reasonable.
Yeah. It's a good reel.
And you've got them?
I'm pretty sure I do. I'm pretty sure. You know, after the show here, we're kind of a mess as far as our inventory. We sell a lot of stuff, and we sell a lot of stuff out. But I would say 99% sure we probably have a couple back there. If we don't, I'm sure we'll be getting them soon.
All right, good stuff. And Isaac sends $20 over to us. Isaac, you're moving Sam closer to those dreamt about chicken wings. What flavor do you like, Sam? People want to know. Inquiring minds want to know what your flavor is.
So if he's going to buy me some, I'd get the honey gold here from SoCal Wings.
Honey gold.
Honey gold is my favorite.
What is it?
It's my favorite.
Okay.
Oh.
They have the, which one? I like that.
Oh, sorry, not honey gold. Buffalo gold.
Buffalo gold, yeah.
Buffalo gold, yeah.
Right.
As soon as I said on it, that didn't sound right.
Yeah, it didn't sound right. And I get the Mango Madness I like.
Mango Madness, yeah.
All right, Anthony Amalfitano. I'm thinking of jumping on one of the tribute trips down to Collinet. Not a bad idea. I was thinking of a reel to use for yo-yo, a 7.6 rod. What do you think? Is a star drag best, or maybe use my Talica 12? Anthony, great question. Sam?
Yeah, definitely not best or worst. Either one will work just fine. I'd probably use that Talica 12 as well in case you hook something big. But more often than not, you could fish like a Torium or a Trinidad 20 or a Saltius 40, Saltiga 40, something of that kind of size, and a star drag or 2-speed. Either one would be fine. I know that traditionally you always think about a star drag reel for throwing iron and fishing iron, but a 2-speed reel is just fine. These newer 2-speed reels are smooth enough, and they're sometimes it's nice when you hook a big fish, you can just wind it right to the boat with that 2-speed reel.
All right, good stuff. Christopher Navarro, our man, Sam, I am. What do you think of using circle hooks for rock fishing so they don't spin off coming up 700 feet? Is a long way to reel up and come up empty.
Yeah, I know they actually make some kind of like commercial style circle hooks.
They made those when I was a kid. We used to. We didn't use them. We used a few of them.
Yeah, those easy baiters from Mustad. The only thing is you can't really get them in like a little pocket pack. It's not something. It's more of a commercial hook.
Right,
it
comes in a white box or whatever.
It's like a 100 pack.
Yeah,
something like that. But yeah, that'd be fine. Although 700 feet's a lot, man.
I know.
It's pretty deep. But I would say that, some guys do that. These days with the limits how they are, I don't know if there's a big rush to try to, fill a limit anyway. But yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea. If you're going to do that, I probably would want to use something a little bit bigger and not to go too heavy on the wire. So instead of using like those 4X tuna style ones, maybe like a 3X or a 2X style hook, something a little lighter wire for that rockfish.
All right, good stuff. Cue Ball is with us. Hey, I hope you got into the show, Cue Ball. It was great to hear from you. Live free, die free. Evening, Phil and Sam. N6 win. Hey, Sam and Phil, good meeting you, Sam, on Sunday.
All right.
That was great. I met so many nice people there. It was ridiculous. Even Bob Gifford was there. Man, he came all the way out.
It's a ways. It's worth it though, man. It's fun. Anytime you're around fishing, it's a good time. So
Paulina, the girl that drove up from Ensenada with her whole family, that was the one thing she said. She goes, everybody here likes fishing, so you feel like you're part of a bigger thing.
Community, yeah.
Yeah, right? And it's exactly the feeling. I even get that feeling, I've mentioned this before, but walking around frickin' Shanghai or Taiwan, or you look out and there's a guy in some rickety skiff and he's fishing and you're like, I feel there's a brotherhood there.
There's a connection for sure, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, Spastic D. Nice. I'll go grab those washers later this week. Thanks, Sam.
You got it.
Phil, did you see the pictures of the Rosarito Pier? I did not. Did something happen there? Did it take a beating? It wouldn't surprise me. I know it's been perilous for a while. They opened up like a little part of the pier, but to walk all the way out, it's been bad. So yeah, let me know what the deal is. Be very, very curious about that. LabWorks is setting up the shipping for the Lexa 500, man. You'll be sending Paul in Australia a lure. Hey, Isaac wants to know, Sam, any SKB roller bags at the PCS show?
Yeah, I know we didn't. We only took a couple to San Diego, but I have a few more here, and so we'll be taking those at PCS.
All right, very good. Robert Graber. Hey, Phil, are you going to have a contest to win PCS tickets? I need to win me too. I'll see what I can do on that. That's up to those guys. We'll see what they say. Calico Chris, let me know. I would love to get in on some surf fishing, Phil, for sure.
Yeah.
Whenever we do that, we'll just invite everybody and
That
just
sounds
make it a
good,
party, right?
That sounds good.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that, Chris. Would love to have you down there. And Bill got me so freaking high. I was like bound and determined to go to Mexico.
Yeah.
It was just way too close to the border. I love it down there. Greg, I don't know, what do you think about this idea? Well, Greg's idea was dumb. A little bit. He wanted to go buy a Garibaldi, which is okay. Literally, cook it and then eat it and not say where we were. I go, we're going to create a huge... If we say they're legal in Mexico and we're going to taste it and tell you how it tastes, I think that's not a bad idea. But he wanted to like create this, and I'm like, no. Because you'll get some people who only get that side of the story and they never hear, hey, we were just kidding around, we're in Mexico. And then, it looks like...
And you don't have the opportunity to do that because once you put the video out, that's it. You can't, it's not,
Exactly.
it's not a live conversation.
Exactly.
You basically said, well, we probably did this illegally, so
Yeah.
catch me if you can, you know?
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. But the idea of doing that is not a bad idea because some fish are legal in their country and not legal here. And
Yeah,
go down there
same.
and eat black sea bass. Have you ever eaten black sea bass?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good, right?
Really good, yeah, yeah.
All right, so Greg, wherever you are, that was a halfway good idea. We're not going to do the whole thing, but we're going to do the one thing. Anyway, I was going to go, but I'm telling you, Bill Barney got me so hyped up on that surf fishing that I'm like, all right, we're going. And
Where'd you guys go?
we didn't go
you
because
didn't go.
the surf was up and it was all
yeah,
screwed
yeah,
up.
yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, I got screwed out of Mexico now. All right, Sniper Gene. Hey, it's good to see you. Sam, I have a Shimano Ocean Jigger 4000 HG on a Phoenix Megalodon 609 for my vertical jigging setup. I saw that Accurate has a 2-speed Boss Valiant 800N. Man, these guys, all these numbers and everything. SPJ. Would it be a big advantage to switch?
You know, I would say maybe, you know, that definitely you're going to have a 2-speed possibility that does make it easier to wind on a fish. But realistically, you're doing your pulling in a different way than you would like a rail rod. And so it isn't as much advantage as you would think. But any advantage is an advantage. And so I would definitely not shy away from it. I just don't want you to think that you're going to get like the same benefit that you would fishing a rail rod from a single speed to a 2-speed reel. Yeah, the way these rods work, you know, they're so short and you have so much leverage in your favor than you do compared to a longer rod that the difference in the reel isn't quite as bad. Like if you're using a 100-pound rod and let's say an old, you know, 9-0 reel, yeah, it'd be impossible to wind a 200-pound tuna. Almost not impossible, but pretty dang hard. Versus a small 2-speed, yeah, it's way easier. But that's also because the rod is super long and you have a lot of leverage against you. With these jigging rods, they're so short that even though that 2-speed is still an advantage, it's not quite the same difference as it would on a rail rod.
Gotcha. Almost 100 people watching. We just surged past 50 likes, didn't we?
Just surged past. Nope, we were still short of 50.
We didn't surge past it.
No.
Oh,
we're at
my
49.
49!
Yeah.
Come on,
Wait,
hit
hold
that
on.
like button, everybody.
I just
We're
hit it right
almost
now.
there.
I just hit it right now. So
We
that's-
surged past it. That's a surge.
Oh,
One, right?
Now we're back.
Making my hair fall out, man. Come on.
Well, now we're at 51.
Oh, there you are, man.
50.
People are responding. We love you all. Thank you so much. Jose said he heard a rumor that the Lexa 500 on display at a Texas fishing show right now.
It could be. I mean, I don't know. It could be. It doesn't mean that they haven't made it. It isn't that it doesn't exist. They just haven't been officially released.
It definitely exists, right?
Yeah. I have one in my hand. Yeah.
Yeah. But is it a supply chain thing or what is it?
No, it's just they have a plan of when they're going to release it.
Okay.
So that's when they do it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully next Monday night we'll be able to debut that baby. Ken Tranholm. Ken, it was so good to see you. I hope your mother is standing there with you because she was a lovely lady. It was so nice to meet her. Hello, Friedman Adventure family. It was great seeing you, Phil, and Sam at the show. You guys are the best. So are you, and my best dear mother, Ken. Tyler Tanaka, Turbo T2. Hello, guys. Missed you, Captain Phil and Sam. 2 questions. Did Phil win his Super Bowl bets? And is it vital to replace guides with the exact same guide from the factory? I did win my Super Bowl bet.
did?
I did.
Ooh, we're eating good tonight.
Scott Buchert, well, that was a while ago. Scott Buchert insisted that I take the Chiefs. I honestly thought that I don't follow pro ball, I follow college ball. I was like, I think the Niners might win this game, but no, I want the Niners. You know,
Well, it was a close game. It could have gone either way.
Yeah, it could have.
Could have gone either way.
All right, now to the fishing question for Tyler.
So no, you know, more importantly, maybe I would say as long as it's the same size and a similar, you know, like weight or you know, class of guide maybe, but it doesn't have to be, you know, like if you mix up one brand from another, it's not a big deal. You want it to be as close as possible, but it doesn't have to be exactly the same.
What do you think gets the most, like, no, I don't know. Yeah, I guess they are negative comments. What fish, if I post a fish, so we're just talking about that Garibaldi, what fish do you think gets like, it gets a ton of views, I'll tell you that right now, but what do you think gets people like,
Like maybe a short calico or something?
Well, that would definitely do it, I think, but a mako shark. Like,
does it?
oh my God, like these kids and these guys caught a 750-pound mako, and I'm reporting on it. So
Okay.
just because I report on it, I'm not condoning it or saying, I don't have opinion. I mean, I do, but
Yeah.
boy, I mean, they were still going on, and this is like 6 months later. Some woman was like, I don't know why they can't take a photo and just release the damn thing. And I wrote, yeah, I understand how you feel. I do. I get that, but as long as it's legal,
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's up to the angler.
Well, as long as they're not wasting it.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah,
to me,
that's the more important
yeah.
thing. You know, if they take it to a homeless shelter or
whatever. I
they have
mean,
one hell of a barbecue.
Yeah. I don't know what they
750.
do with it, but yeah, as long as they're not wasting it.
Yeah,
You know.
exactly. All right, let's see. Live free and die free. Sam, what's your thoughts on a nano slow pitch jigging rod? What would you suggest for a 300 to 500 gram?
So the nano is a type of material that they use. A lot of different companies use that same material. But yeah, I mean, those are great. You know, they're a lot of fun. As far as what would I suggest, you know, I'm not gonna really say that I'm very well versed in that stuff. But we saw the Phoenix rods here already built, and those have been good. But you really want to use something that is designed for that size of jig. That's a pretty big jig, 300 to 500 gram. So you're going to be into pretty much their heaviest one that they make, whether it be a 710 heavy or a 68 heavy, the heaviest one that they make, yeah.
Labworks, that's Paul over in Australia saying Black Magic Kale circle hooks.
KL, yeah, maybe.
For the rockfish, I think he's talking about, right?
Yeah, it could be a brand that they sell out there.
Yeah. I remember when we tied up our set lines when we were commercial fishing rock cod, making 100 hook set lines. We'd set those and then we'd rod and reel in between and then go pull the set lines. We sometimes we'd use the circle hooks, but we fished big Kirby's.
Yeah.
And it worked fine.
It works fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was no problem with fish.
Yeah.
I mean,
I wouldn't not go fishing because you didn't have those hooks.
no,
for sure.
right,
Yeah.
right. It seemed to work just fine. Nothing worse than pulling a 100 hook set line and feeling, I think we're sharked.
yeah.
There's nothing worse, man. Sal Garcia, Sal, good to see you, my friend. Good evening, guys. CalStars are looking real nice back there. What are you going to set up? What's a good setup for sheep's head?
Sheep's head.
Yeah.
So I think he's talking about all these CalStar.
I know, he is, man.
Yeah, the CalStar labels.
Nice
back there.
background tonight, Sam.
It is. Good idea.
Set designers are great here. It's just they charge us so much to do this stuff. It's elaborate, you know.
You think they take hours and hours to put it together? They put it together like in 2 minutes.
I can't believe
know,
it, man.
so fast.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, as far as the sheephead, I mean, not real specific on the rod and reel. You know, anything that's going to be 8 to 9 foot. You know, 20 to 50. I feel like I say that a bunch. You know, 8 to 9 foot, 20 to 50. But that is kind of a real universal local fishing rod. Your what's on the other end is probably more important. Sometimes you're going to be using a lead head. Sometimes you're using a sliding sinker and just a hook. It really depends on how deep of water you're fishing. You might even fish a dropper loop. But I would say the most important part is if you can get some shrimp. That shrimp's probably the best, sheephead bait there is out there. I mean, most of the times you're going to use squid, cut squid, but that shrimp's kind of like a sleeper.
Be more specific now. You're talking about the kind of shrimp you put in a cocktail sauce, or you're talking about the head on, or any of that?
Yeah, any kind of shrimp, really.
Cooked shrimp, do you think would work?
I would think so. Yeah. I would just go to the market, go to in whatever.
One of the Asian markets have that.
Any market that has shrimp.
Yeah.
That has some kind of shrimp, and it's going to be.
It works. It totally works.
An advantage. For
yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. You know what? I heard the way you pronounce sheephead you called it, for years.
Sheeps.
I called it sheep's. Yeah, and some guy corrected me, and I'm like, and then I looked it up, and I go, oh my God, he's right.
It's only one sheep.
I've only been doing this for 60 years, calling it a dumb sheep's head. But yeah, it's sheephead here, and then the ones on the East Coast are sheep's head.
Sheep's head.
Right?
Yeah, I guess.
Do I have that right?
I think so.
Who cares?
You know what I was thinking about? That brings up a slight little thing. I know last week we had a question about, those A-rigs, with the multiple hooks and stuff like that, right? And then
Whether they're legal or not.
Whether they're legal or not, I think what you could do as a topic, some content, maybe talk about this off camera, but I was thinking if maybe the viewers can think of questions to ask Fish and Game when you go do the show. Hopefully they'll have a booth there. I know they usually do at all the shows. But but you can just do a live.
That's a great
Answer
idea.
all those questions.
That's a great idea.
You know, you can answer that. You know, how many hooks for this or for that, or.
I wonder if they'd
you
be
know.
interested in doing a show like once in a while, once a month or something.
Well, I don't. I think that they'd have to do it at the show.
Yeah, pin them down.
Pin them down.
Hey,
there.
here you go.
Yeah.
We're live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think they would want to do it. I mean, that's why they're there. They're there to answer questions
Sure.
from the public. So
Sure.
this would be a chance to get those answers to a lot of people.
I know my son Philip was fishing that A-rig. It was really funny because he got 3 calico bass on it, and it was kind of tangled and everything.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm not doing this again.
I fished that thing at Joe's. It was fun.
I would think.
Yeah, it is.
Were you catching 2, 3, 4 at a time?
Yeah.
That's bitching.
They get kind of double hooked a lot of times, you know, where you get 2 of the hooks into one fish, but it's fun.
That's freaking cool.
Yeah, and they eat it good too. You see like a whole bunch of them coming in.
Oh, I know, man. Clouds of them, right?
Yeah, that's the fun part too.
Yeah, I love that. You know, the Monte Carlo, 22nd Street, half day, they had 50-something bass, sand and calico bass. And the reason I mentioned it is because I saw one guy had a 2-hook rig and had a calico and a sand bass.
There you go.
A
That's
woman or a
pretty
guy,
rare.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
But they had some, it's been really good wintertime
Off-season
fishing.
fishing, yeah.
Yeah, the
Really
whole
good.
wintertime thing has been really, really good. Rob S. Hey, Rob, how are you? Going to Collinet, which is 120 miles down below the border, everybody, in case you're not familiar with the geography. On the horizon, March 29th, what variety of yo-yo should I start stocking up on? Weight and colors, thank you.
Most of your heavier stuff, you know, I mean, if you can get some full-size 6Xs, you know, 4.0, Teddy 4.0s, Salas 7X, you know, really depends on the current down there, you know, and also if you're drifting. If you're moving real fast or there's a lot of current, you need the biggest jig you can get, you know. So you might even consider fishing knife jigs, you know, get some of your tuna jigs out.
That's a good idea.
And those things cut the water, you know, so that might be the way to kind of solve that as well. But as far as yo-yo jigs specifically, anything from a 6X Junior all the way up to a full-size 7X. As far as the colors go, nothing too crazy on that. I know some years back when that Collinet fishing was still something that people were doing a lot of, they were fishing like anything with red in it because the red crab thing, you know.
Yeah.
But realistically, you know, I would say anything, you know, in your blue and white, scrambled egg, you know, that kind of stuff, your normal stuff is just as good as anything else.
I saw somebody, I think in San Quintin, fishing a knife jig and doing really well, catching those big grade yellowtail. Louis Prieto has It's For Real Sport Fishing out of Ensenada. Super good guy. He's got a bar called the Tequila Bar, which I got all, no, I didn't get, it sounds like I drank there.
Yeah.
He gave me the address to his house, and then he gave me the address to the bar. So I went to his house, which is about 8 miles out of town.
wow.
And I just told the guy, just leave me out. I'll figure it out. I'm walking around going, hey, where's the
Where's the
everybody's
bar at?
like, there's no bar around
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell? And I couldn't, so I saw Starbucks, went over, and I looked at my phone, and I go, does this work? And I hit the Uber button, and choo! I go, oh, cool. But I got an Uber and went over to, but anyway, those fish he caught down there off Santo Tomas Reef, they were beautiful. Did you get a look at those?
No.
I want to say 20 to 28 pounds, fat, big, yellows. Said bird schools everywhere, run and gun fishing. You know how
What
much
was
fun
this?
that is. That was Santo Tomas Reef. He
when?
ran, I want to say 4 days ago,
Oh,
5
wow.
days ago,
There you go.
4 or 5 days ago. Yeah, he got on them and called me immediately and says, man, we're running on bird schools right now, and it's good.
Damn.
Because I'm seeing so much fish here. So those big bonita, those yellows, they're going to show up here. Do I need to go to China again? That's the last time they showed up on.
Yeah,
I do?
Get out of the way. Get out of the way. As soon as those things show up, you can come back. Yeah.
All right. Bye, everybody. I'll see you in a few years. All right. Good luck, Rob, on your trip, by the way.
You can do the show remotely. From
I
home.
can.
Yeah,
That's
you're not gonna
right.
miss out. Yeah.
That's right. It's just that it's like 3 o'clock in the morning or whatever
yeah,
it is.
We'll get some albacore.
Yeah.
Everything will get jump started again.
Exactly, man. I'm all over that. Tim P. Hey, fellas, I want to say thanks for giving out free tickets to the BART Hall show I won last week. I took my cousin. I'm trying to get into fishing, and he enjoyed. Met Sam on Saturday. Tim, that makes us really happy to hear that, man. It's, first of all, got to thank BART Hall.
Yeah.
That's the guy who made that all possible. But I really want to, Sam, I know feels the same way. Thank you for all the great support you give us. And this show in particular, I would say this is the most watched show. It's very popular, you know.
That's cool.
Yeah, so
I'm
it's a
happy to have
great,
that, yeah.
great show. Surging up past 100 viewers.
There you go.
Oh, they're locked in the rain with nothing to do.
Yes.
And there's no football.
Football, no nothing. Yeah.
No, I mean, the show is so good. People are tuning in. Let's see. N6 Winds sent you pictures on your Facebook account
Okay.
of.
There
I
was
can't-
a fish you were talking about early on. I'll
Oh,
look for it right now.
Garibaldi?
No.
Oh, I was talking about it?
Yeah, he said, keep reading
All
it
right.
and I'll find it.
All right, cool. Granddaddy, sweets, forever. This guy tried to kiss me at the BART Hall show,
that's
Long
supposed to
Beach.
read up here.
Oh, thank you. That's cool. I can't wait to see that. And I'm assuming it got damaged, perhaps in the bad weather. I hope not. Cool, Granddaddy. Great show so far. I guess he's holding out hope that it's going to go down the tubes at some point in time, right? So far, you guys are okay. I know it's going to be crap here in a second. Sam, do you think the Proteus 55 to 80 is too much stick for the 500 Tranks or Lexa wanting a designated Dorado berry rod that can also grab the smaller bluefin? He wants to fish barracudas.
Yeah, I think that rod is braid rating. You know, that's a braid rating on that rod. So that probably equates to like a 20 to 50, kind of like I always say. But that 55 to 80, I believe on that rod is a braid rating. So I think you'll be just fine.
All right, fantastic. Jay, favorite show, finally here. What's a good Shimano reel to use yo-yo fishing? Jay, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, that Shimano Torium or Trinidad 20 would be perfect. That's what I use. It'd be perfect.
All right, Nolan Young. Hey, Sam and Phil. Nolan, great to see you. Super stoked on my CalStar 800 MH I got at the show. I have it paired with a Talica 10. I have a long mono top shot on my Talica. I want to put more line. Can you splice to my braid?
Yeah, no problem. I mean, it really depends on how much room you have. One of the things you can do, or we can do for you, is we'll splice it. We can just do a double uni, and then we'll flip that line over. That way the knot is way down into your spool, so you don't have to really come across it too often. If you're more like halfway, you know, it may not have that much on there to save. You might just put all brand new line on there. So bring in the reel and see how much room you got on top. If it's only like 50 or 100 yards, we can just tie it on there and then flip the line over. And that way also, too, you're going to be fishing basically the bottom of your line, which is going to be all brand new. So it's like you got brand new line anyway.
All right, fantastic. Great questions. 109 people watching the show. We really appreciate that very, very much. Chris Navarro putting me on the spot. What day at 22nd Street Landing do we get Friedman Adventures swag? I'm tired of wearing my Friedman amplification T-shirt. For the time being, Chris, just take some masking tape and put it over amplification.
Yeah.
And it'll just say.
So when are you
Friedman.
supposed to get those shirts again? By the
St. Patrick's Day, easy to
Patrick's Day,
remember.
alrighty.
Yes. In fact,
Coming quick, huh?
I know. And it was kind of, I didn't tell everybody, but you know, we're having these discussions in front of our family now instead of secretly. So Mike Morris and I go, hey, can we do St. Patrick's Day here? Is that okay with you? He goes, it's fine with me, but talk to Strasser. So I forgot to talk to him. So I saw him over the weekend. I go, hey, Strasser. And he goes, yeah, go for it, man. Have a good time. So yes, March the 17th, 22nd Street Landing.
All the T-shirts you want.
All the T-shirts, hats, boat rides on board the El Patron. You're going to bring your kids.
That's right.
And I believe that's a Sunday. Bob Gifford will check on that, let us know. But St. Patty's Day, we will definitely be there, Chris. Thanks for screwing me up here. And Daryl Folger, there's the Rooster Crew.
All right.
Yeah, man, those guys are awesome. He's the guy responsible for putting me together with SD Fishing Sips. Daryl, it's good to see you. Somewhere out there, I know you're crowing like a rooster. And your wife is like, oh my God, what am I going to do with these guys? They're going nuts. N6 Wind, Chris Navarro, you can connect a swivel to an eagle claw circle hook's eye, and that will stop the spinning of the rockfish. Yeah, you don't want those things to spin off, that is for sure. Julio SF, 9-foot jig stick for yo-yo. Which one? Is it possible?
No, I think he's just asking if it's possible. Yeah, I mean, you know, of course it's possible. In fact, when I was at Cedros, you know, the yo-yo fishing got good for a little bit, so I just tied on I used my clip and I just switched out to a yo-yo jig and caught a whole bunch of yellowtail. Actually, it was on a knife jig, you know, so similar type of avocation, and caught a whole bunch of yellowtail on my 9-foot rod. Is it ideal? Yeah, no, probably a 7-foot rod is probably better, just because you have more leverage. You don't really need the long rod for casting or nothing like that. But that'll work, I mean, if that's all you got and you just want to tie on a yo-yo jig to it, that's perfectly fine.
We had 2 or 3 guys on the morning briefing during the past catching those big halibut in the surf also.
Jeez.
And some private boaters catching fish, several guys that were really doing well. It's
Like halibut
amazing.
everywhere, yeah.
Wow. I mean, last year I thought was incredible. This year, when I heard that stat on the Native Sun today, they have over 100 legals, 18 over 20,
Yeah,
2 over 30.
that's crazy.
Yeah, right?
That's crazy, I mean, and it's maybe they never had the chance to target them or had a reason to target them. I don't know, but I mean, those guys on that boat, to find that many nice fish this quickly, I mean, that does 2 things. First is the fishery is strong.
Yeah, it's in good shape,
So it's
obviously.
good shape. The other thing too is that those guys, that's why we pay the money to go fishing on party boats, is those guys have it wired. They have the best electronics, the rigging, they're out there every day. So if you want to catch a halibut, honestly, those guys that are targeting it, the boats that are targeting, which they are because of the tournament,
Yeah,
that's where I would go right now.
100%, man.
That's where I'd go right now.
They know what they're
yeah.
doing.
They know what they're doing. They're going to put you on the fish.
And they're happy to share the information with you. You
Well,
just
yeah.
don't be shy about asking, is what I say.
Well, they're going to rig you up. I mean, they want you to catch fish. I mean, this tournament's a big deal that he put on, He wanted to make sure that it's something that guys might want to do again next year, So
I mean,
even just going out there and catching the halibut, that's pretty freaking cool, man. I mean,
it's really cool,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And they've had several double-digit days on the
Yeah,
halibut, so
yeah.
it's been really
Pretty
great.
good.
I think it's the beginning of good things to come. And we might as well mention right now, the Pride just returned from an overnight trip or a day and a half, I'm not sure. But they had 1 legal sea bass, released 7 shorts, saw an incredible sign of sea bass. Didn't want to bite, but it led the crew on board the Pride to say, this is going to be a great sea bass season. And then they had 11 halibut and released 16, or I may have those numbers a little bit screwed up, but it was another impressive wintertime showing on the sea bass and the halibut. It just doesn't get
Yeah,
any better.
that's awesome.
It's great because, we lost the rockfish now until April. And man, that vacuum's getting filled now
Yeah,
with all
yeah.
these other fish that are, really providing some great action for everybody. Good stuff here in Southern California. Anthony Amalfitano. Anthony, we all say hello to you and your lovely family. I've been trying for local halibut and keep getting short bit. You say tri-hook in the briefing for halibut, treble hooks maybe. Are you referring to using it as a primary hook or only as a stinger setup? Sam, any advice? You can go both ways on that. These guys are rigging up with a torpedo sinker and a 3-way swivel.
Okay.
And then, I'm not sure if they're trapping the bait, with a hook up through the nose and then a trap, or fishing a treble. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I probably would
Defer
well, if you're on the party boat, you're gonna have kind of ask those guys what to do. I think Anthony's on his own boat, but I'd probably set up a trap hook. That'd be the way I would set it up.
All right, hit that like button, everybody. 109 people watching right now. We thank you so very, very much. Really appreciate it, both Sam and I. And if anybody wants to join us for chicken wings tonight, we'll be at SoCal Chicken Wings. We're going, right?
SoCal Wings, yeah.
'Cause I can tell you want to go.
Yeah. Well, now you drank some water. Now you're feeling good.
I feel like crap. I'm doing much better. Gifford brought me some stuff, and I'm good now. I'm making a comeback.
All right.
I was whining a little too
You
much
were.
earlier, wasn't I?
Yeah, I wasn't listening. but
Don't
yeah.
don't let the we're just
There's
everything's out in the
background
open
noise.
now,
Yeah, I
man.
don't pay attention to what you're talking about. Yeah.
Anthony says, I've been using a 6 and 8 ounce bounce ball reverse dropper loop. Scott loves bouncing balls, I'll tell you that.
know.
And this is Anthony. Go ahead.
I think you're right on, Anthony. I mean, I'm not sure what else I can tell you to do, but yeah, I think you're right on.
All right, perfect. Lots of people watching tonight, Sam. Gotta love it. Camargo Uno. Sam, with all those CalStars, you've had a thought of opening another store in San Diego. I love Carson, but how about an Oceanside shop? That's just what you need.
Yeah, another shop, yeah. I
Is
at
there
one-
some way to clone you?
I know, I can only be at one place at once, so I'm going to be where my family is. So you're going to have to move this way. That'll be easier.
Yeah, really. That's the only way it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Rob S., are sheephead considered rockfish this time of year? I was on the Triton last Thursday. A lady caught an 8-pounder and they released it. You're not allowed to keep sheepshead right now.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
yeah.
you are allowed to keep sculpin and
Right.
whitefish.
I don't think they're considered a rockfish.
I don't think they are. They're a
but-
member of the wrasse family, if I'm correct.
but
right?
they are off limits
Right.
as well.
Yeah. They're a member of the wrasse family, if I remember right, Rob. And like Sam said, even though they're not a rockfish, they are off limits right now. Great eating fish, by the way.
Yeah.
Do you like sheepshead?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
heck
good,
yeah.
Good stuff, yeah.
The Tops. Great show as always. Keep it up. We will do our very, very best. Looking into jigging reels, have all Shimano now. Would the Ocean Jigger be more than an intro reel? Any thoughts? Many thanks. Thank you, my friend.
Definitely, I would consider it much higher than an intro reel. That's a reel that I use. It's a great reel. A lot of guys use that same reel. I know some of the other jigging specific brand of reels are very popular. Those Jigging Masters and stuff like that. But I don't really know if they're any better. It's a different reel. Those other ones are lever drag reels, and they are very, very nice. But that Shimano Ocean Jigger, 2,000, 4,000 are as good as you need. I mean, I know lots of big fish have been caught on those reels.
All right, good stuff. Christopher Navarro, West Coast, Bonita or Bonito? It's Bonito.
Bonita. I know it's spelled Bonito, though. Yeah, we say Bonita.
It's spelled Bonito, isn't it?
Yeah.
With an
it's
O, yeah.
spelled,
But everybody says Bonita,
yeah,
right?
we say Bonita, yeah.
I say it all the time, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's Bonito, is that. Which means what in Spanish? Of course, beautiful, right?
Beautiful,
It's
yeah.
a gorgeous fish.
It is.
Tim Marquez from A1 Income Tax. I'm learning how to halibut fish never too old. Great attitude. That's the way to do it. And want to know what techniques you all use to fish from a sport boat.
Yeah, that reverse dropper loop, that's pretty much what gets most of those kind of like those bottom feeders like that, So one other thing you can do sometimes is like rig it up to where like you have a swivel and then a sinker, then you have your line going through that with another swivel to a leader. So it's kind of a slider rig. So as you're bouncing along, if you do get a halibut, eat it.
It doesn't feel that tension when it bites
Yeah,
it?
it can slide through there. And then basically you got to fish it on kind of on a clicker or, maybe almost in free spool to where you're just holding it in your hand. You feel it get bit and you kind of, let it slide through your hand before you put it into gear. Sometimes that might be another way too for Anthony if you're trying to do that, is using kind of more of a slider rig. And they even have those little slider clips that you can put a little leader on too. There's a couple different ways to do it.
Hit that like button, everybody. Also, Tim, I was talking to Pat O'Brien in a live update we did. He runs the Aloha Spirit up there out of Cisco's. And Pat said, it's like everything else, Phil. You're fishing in the sand. You're not going to get rocked. Drop the mono or the fluoro down. He said he loves 15. Mm-hmm. And he goes, I'm not afraid to catch a 20-pound halibut on 15-pound. And you're going to get way more bites if you combine that with choosing a good hot bait. That's Pat's.
There you go.
Pat. And Pat knows what he's doing. So there's another thing that perhaps you could try. Sometimes, though, your crew guys are going to tell you, no, we don't want you, because depending on your level of expertise, sometimes that is a little too light if you're, buttoning down at the wrong time.
Also, too, when that thing gets to the boat and it wants to take off, you know? And those things have big teeth, too, so.
Yep.
There's,
You're walking a fine line
Yeah,
there.
you take one with the other.
Yeah, for sure. Bonitos is exactly what I thought of. LabWorks, Chris Navarro. Fine wire, circle hooks, work good in deep dropping. Doug Ruben El Sueño, man, I missed you at the show, Doug, from San Diego. Great rock fishing Saturday down at the Coronado Islands. Come on down soon. Got to go fishing with Doug one of these days. He's a super great guy. Doug, thanks for making time for us here this evening. Really, really appreciate it. Jeremy Fontenot. Thank you for your service. Number one, Jeremy. Number two, he is going to go surf fishing with us up here someday. Good evening, friends. Thanks for the raffle tickets. That was Sam.
You got it.
Saturday. Unfortunately, I didn't win. You guys rock. And then he's talking to me. You offered me a kiss and then backed out. Stop deflecting. Stop what?
Deflecting.
Yes, I apologize. I don't know. I had a change of heart. Mm-hmm. I thought it would be a good idea to kiss a serviceman and show my appreciation, and then I got a good look at him, and I said, no, I'm not doing that. I tried to get Dan to do it with the mustache, and he wouldn't do it. So no offense, Jeremy. I'm sure you felt the exact same way. Anthony wants to know how you guys are. Should I start whining now? It's telling my head like a stomach thing
don't
going
want to
on.
know how he is. Yeah.
How are you? I'm
great.
tired. It's been a rough week.
I'm great. This guy over here. You don't want to know.
I'm doing great, Anthony. I'm happy to be here. I'm always happy to see Sam, and we'll be at SoCal Wings in another
Wings.
hour or so.
Another hour
you want
or
to come
so.
down and join us. Rocket Dog. Hey, Rocket Dog, it's good to see you. Hey, Phil and Sam, I like the wall of rods behind you. Man, we worked hard on this, Rocket, let me tell you. Where the hell are we going to put the table tonight? Hey, how about here?
Yeah.
Sam, thanks for setting aside that BTG 270-8H at the show Saturday. My buddy picked it up for me. Nice going, Sam.
No problem.
I do notice, man, you spend a lot of time with people and answer a lot of questions, and I think that's what makes this place so successful. And you obviously carry that with you when you go to the shows.
Love doing it.
Yeah, a lot of great people at the shows. I totally enjoy. There was a kid, Joshua. He watches the morning briefing. He gets homeschooled. Really nice. I mean, the poor kid actually thought I was like a star or something. I'm like, hey, no, I'm not, don't worry about it. And super good kid. And dad was great, and brother and sister were nice. I really like meeting people like that. Rob S. Oh my God, Rob S. may be one of the only guys who has not seen the Desiree video, because he wouldn't be asking that question, I don't think, or maybe he would. So
that's right. Yeah.
Right? He wants to know, did Strasser run the first string back in the day in the mid-'80s? Rob, he did. And you need to go to the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel and watch the video on the rescue at sea that he did with a woman by the name of Desiree Rodriguez. To this day, I had a guy today broke into tears. It was so emotional, and it makes me like tear up.
Yeah.
Because when I was sitting in that room and that was all going down,
That must have been emotional for sure.
oh my God, it was just unbelievable. So yeah, he did, Rob, with Mark Paisano, as a matter of fact. Jeremy wants to know, Sam should do a live YouTube rod building seminar one of these days. Can we do that?
Maybe. Yeah.
I'm in. Anytime. I think that's a good idea, Jeremy. We'll have somebody give you a kiss, too. Anthony, I went on the Native Son tattoo, was only 14 fish. It was a slow Sunday, but had a great time. Yeah, I mean, Anthony, they don't bite every single day. And I know their last two trips seemed a little bit slower, but I mean, it's fishing, right?
Well, too, halibut, I mean, it's not something you're going to get where everybody gets, 5 halibut or something like that.
Right.
That would be pretty rare. 14 fish, 14 halibut is pretty decent, really. It takes a lot of work to get them, and the chances are low. Also, too, you get a lot of short bites and things like that, or shorts in general. So, but keep going. It's still incredible to think they've got 100 legals.
Oh, it is.
It's crazy.
It's an incredible stat, if you ask me. Real-time fishing says sheepshead are not rockfish, but not in season until March 1st, which is right around the corner, man. So that's going to happen here really soon. What's happening at 22nd Street Landing? Boat rides, T-shirts, day at the docks. Big Duke. No, we're just doing a little thing. It's just Friedman Adventures, and we'll be working with the El Patron. They're going to be doing the boat rides. We're going to be serving up some breakfast burritos and just pretty much thanking you for your great support and providing all the great merchandise that we will have available.
T-shirts with nothing on them.
I'm going to get, what's his name, over with the Friedman amplification.
Yeah, we can get a marker.
Get the masking tape out quick. All right, thank you, man. So, we'll put more information out there. It's going to be from 9 to 1. So we would love to see you there. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, Christopher Bailey. Hey, Chris. Good evening, gentlemen. I had a tough choice to make this past weekend. Head to the show and get to meet you guys in person or go fishing. I chose fishing. Good choice, Christopher. Whenever you can go fishing, man, you definitely want to do that. You can come on the 17th. We'll all be there. That'd be great. We got the white sea bass and yellowtail out in Puerto Penasco. It was pretty epic.
Nice.
Dude, I want to go there. You got to send me some photos of that or whatever. That is freaking awesome. That sounds so good. Larry Griego. Phil, did you ever get to meet Puck Yu in person? Yeah, he was on the Horizon trip. So yes, very, very nice man. Very, very good. Rocket Dog says, I heard Garibaldi tastes like langostas, lobster.
Could be.
I don't know. I'm going to find out. Have you ever eaten one?
No.
Yeah, but we're eating it in Mexico, so we're not going to pull any nonsense. All my picks are there. Okay, very good. Sounds good. DJB sends $20. We are just swimming in chicken wings tonight. Thank you very, very much. Really, really appreciate it. Great to see you guys working after a busy weekend. Don't know how you do it. I'm exhausted just watching all the content here. Here's to the hardest working gentleman on YouTube. Thank you so much. We appreciate that very much,
Who's
Sam.
talking about?
He's probably talking about you, man.
Not me.
Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, I put out like 4 pieces of content today. I try to keep it cranking. I try to keep, not just shovel crap out there, you know what I mean? I try to make it. Yeah, like tonight, you know, what can I tell you?
Yeah.
You know, I gotta do this once in a while. What do you want me to say?
Charity.
Spastic D. Sticking with the sheephead topic, have you ever seen them hit a jig? Not very often.
I did catch the one where I backlash, remember?
Oh, was that a big goat? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Big Vieja, but most of the time it's on a bait,
Most
right?
of the time it's on a bait,
Yeah. DJB, wasn't able to make the BART Hall show. See you at the PCS show. Phil, you working in the hall or the bar?
Yeah.
I'm going to be walking around there. So, yeah, I'm staying away from the bar, I think. I don't know. I haven't heard
That'd be
about
interesting.
That'd be funny, wouldn't it?
You'd make some money, yeah. You'd be so busy.
Oh my God! Don't tempt me, man.
At least one night. Maybe.
Yeah, really. I
Yeah,
might do that just one night. Give me a good spot, you know.
Oh yeah.
And I'll take good care of you too. Let me tell you that right now. Doug Rubin, El Sueño. Will you guys be at the PCS show? Hope to see you there. Absolutely. Anthony, my bad. It was spell check mess up. Don't worry about it. No problem. We can figure that out. We've all done that before. Naughty boy, 78. What days will Phil be at the PCS show? No, you're there every day, Sam. And what about Danny? I think Danny told me Saturday, so I was thinking at least Saturday. But as soon as we get a little closer to that, I'll definitely let you know on the morning briefing and back here maybe next Monday night when we debut the Alexa 500.
Oh, that's going to be crazy.
It's going to be nuts.
You're going to have so many viewers.
Oh, I'm going to jump up and down.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm going to freaking bring confetti.
I'm going to get so many wings that night.
Oh, hell yeah. You're going to get Alexa wings. We're going to get the guys from Daiwa. I heard the president of the company is coming.
Yeah, the owner.
He's buying the
founder
wings.
of Daiwa.
The founder of Daiwa is flying in. Are they a Japanese company, right? Yeah. They're flying in from Japan. And
he's going to take the reel apart.
He's going to take the reel apart. Yeah. What else is he going to do?
He's going to give one away to everybody.
Yeah. And everybody in attendance gets to sit with a geisha girl.
Yes.
Is that true or no? Like yeah, we'll all be in
Whatever
trouble.
you had lined up.
All right, Rob S. I saw the Desiree video. It was wonderful. My first captain was Captain Strasser back when we had brown bait. Yeah, okay. So he was on the boat during that time, Rob. Excellent. I'm happy you've seen that. James Blanchard, Sam and Phil, what was the first boat that Mark Paisano was captain of, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Might have been the first string. Oh, no.
No, Monte Carlo maybe? Or
Maybe, yeah.
yeah.
They were pretty young, though. I mean, they were,
I think
it might have been the first.
Man, I don't know.
Because, I mean, in that video, they said they were like
Walsh.
21 years old when they rescued her.
Oh, really?
And that's about when you get your license.
In the video, they were talking about how they used to have the Monte Carlo before.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Good question. We'll ask those guys the next time we see them. Steve Bermudez. Steve wants to know, hey, Sam, how do you transport all those rods without scratching or breaking a tip to the Hall show? Very good question, Steve.
Yeah, so one of the things that we do, like you see here, we cover them, every single one of them, with these plastic sleeves here. And what that's the primary thing right there is not having the hard metal of the guides hit the next rod next to it. And then after that, what we do is we can't really see him, it's off of camera, but we had one of our buddies, Brian Tata, he built these boxes, the wooden boxes, and we call them rod coffins, but the wooden boxes, and they're 10 feet long, and they have cashers on them. And so then that way we put all the rods in there, and that way if anything shifts in the truck or falls on top of them, obviously they're protected inside the boxes. So yeah, we go through a lot of effort to make sure that those rods make it to the show in good shape and come back.
Yeah, obviously you got to be really careful. You know who I haven't talked to for a while? Have you talked to Diego on the Royal Star? Do you know what's up with their trip? I don't know.
They're making their way back up
they
because
are.
It was a fly down, fly back. I think they're back now.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure they're back now.
Yeah, I'll reach out to him and see how that trip went. I didn't really follow them too close. I wish I would have. Hundreds of people watching tonight. Sam De La Torre. They can't get enough of us. And I'm sure there's psychological help out there somewhere for that. All right, let's see. Christopher Navarro. Hey, Phil and Sam, I am. Any chance you could do some shorts like how to rig a fluke for sea bass, halibut rig, dropper loop for newbies? Christopher, I will be here any day you tell me to. That's a great idea. Really good idea.
Maybe talk to those guys on the native scent, see how they're catching all those halibut.
Yeah, that's true. But what about you? You're really good at that kind of stuff.
Well, those guys are better.
I'll see if I can grab them because
especially that halibut thing.
Yeah, the halibut rig. Yes. All right. Perfect. But some other stuff would definitely be able to do that for you. Let's see. Steve Bermudez, Phil, I sent you pictures on your Facebook Messenger account of the Rosarito Pier damage. I guess it's bad. That's bad. I'm sorry to hear that. The family that owns the Rosarito Beach Hotel, the Torres family, are really lovely people, and Hugo Torres, the owner, has been a friend of mine for many decades, so I'm really very sorry to hear that. Chris Navarro, Yes, Chris Navarro. What knot for stealth, light line tuna fishing? Palomar or San Diego jam?
You know, I still tie that clinch knot even on lighter line, but I know a lot of guys use the Palomar. I don't use it a whole lot, but if it works for you, I mean that would work fine. Usually when you're tying that smaller line, the knot overall is going to be smaller, and so that's going to help out a lot right there. I don't think the knot is going to be that much of a difference, but if you have confidence in either one of those, that's the one I would tie.
All right, and if you have a question, make sure you ask now. We're kind of getting low on questions, and we may be able to just rip through this and run over for chicken wings here. Yeah. We don't want to do that, though. We want to
That's not what we're trying
be with our people here all night long.
It happens.
Yeah, okay. I can take a hint. Pescador doesn't like the voice to text. Yeah, sometimes it gets a little screwed up. Chris Navarro, Sam caught a sheephead on a surface iron. You got a backlash. Color of jig doesn't matter this way, no. And I've told you, I caught my biggest halibut that way at Todos Santos Island. Backlash and wound it up. James Blanchard says the Islander was the first boat that those guys were on. So there you go. Camargo says, is the Lexa 500 a TW?
No, it's not. It's not. You know, maybe in the future they are probably going to make one that is. But for right now, the one that we're getting here, coming up here, is going to be a standard Lexa HD 500. So it'll have more of the HD look and feel to it.
All right, that's what Spastic D is saying. He heard it's an AD. Okay. Maybe they put the T-wing on the HD body.
Right. No, not as far as I remember when they brought it down. I don't remember that being a feature on that one.
Naughty Boy 78 says, did the Pacific Dawn move down to San Diego? I don't think they are at Ventura anymore. I'm not sure about that. I know that Tucker's been promoting the three boats, the Endeavor, the California, and the Island Spirit, and they're doing a little switcheroo. Cody Rogers, who runs the Island Spirit, is going to go over to the California, which is the old Matt Walsh, and they're going to turn that into the full day, they're going to turn that into the full day boat. It's a half day now. And then Daniel, who's a deckhand on board the Endeavor, he's got his captain's license, so he's great, fantastic. He's going to go run the Island Spirit, and they're going to do half day over there. And the Island Spirit is the old Sea Spray, if you remember that boat in Redondo. Yeah, John Clacken used to run it. We had a lot of good times on that boat. So that's what I know. I don't know if they went to San Diego and they're staying there now, but I can look into that for you. But Ventura Sport Fishing, 805-676-3474. They've got some new and exciting stuff coming this year that I'm sure you will enjoy. Richard says, what are the range shadow jigging blank numbers for grande atún, for big tuna?
Well, back to that other question too. One of the things you might look at is also a lot of the boats will go to San Diego in the summer.
That's true.
You know, so that might be a thing. That might be a reason you don't see it there. But on the rain shadow jigging blanks,
you mean because it's summer right now?
Yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if he's not seeing it right now, but I don't know if he's not looking online or whatever.
I couldn't resist that little.
Yeah. Maybe he's looking into the future.
Yeah, maybe.
But the numbers on that rain shadow jigging blanket, the guy's asking a real question here, you know.
I'm sorry. Okay. Pardon me.
Probably the most popular is going to be that 508, 500. They also make a 508 600, a 508 350, I believe. But basically, that 5'8" blank is going to be the one that's the most popular in the heavier models, and that's that RCKJB is the series.
All right, thanks for listening, everybody. 105 viewers right now. Hit that like button. We currently have 64 likes.
Way more than that.
Oh,
87.
87 likes. We're going for 100 now.
Yeah.
Man, I love it. Thank you, everybody. We really appreciate it. All right, James Blanchard.
Oh, 86.
86. He was on the boat, the Islander, when he was 27 years old with his uncle. He caught a 80-pound bluefin tuna. So that's cool. Do you ever fish the Islander?
Once.
Yeah.
Once, yeah. It's a cool boat.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah,
cool.
maybe more. I think twice. Yeah.
When they sold that boat, I can't remember the guy's name. Who bought it in San Diego? Do you remember?
Oh, no.
He went to Loyola, so every time I'd see him, I went there. So, oh, hey, we're Lions, you know. But yeah, really cool guy. I don't know if he still has it or not. I'm kind of behind on that one. All right, Doug Rubin, El Sueño, come down to the San Diego Marlin Club Saturday, March 2nd for our annual swap meet event, 7/12 with a barbecue after. That sounds like fun. I'll see what I'm doing, Doug.
Yeah, you should go.
Really appreciate that, man. I'll drag Sam with me. Blue Skies. How about a snelled trap hook demo, Sam?
That'd be the one to do on the boat there, for sure. I'm
Yeah.
sure those guys got it down, and maybe even an easy way to show people how to do it, yeah.
Okay, we got to do that, obviously. Raul Almaraz. Phil, Sam, great show. Thank you, Raul. Sam, do you carry any rod sleeves in material?
And I don't get the question. Any rod sleeves? Like,
Do you carry rod sleeve material? Do people,
Yeah,
does that make sense?
I'm not sure if he's asking about what these rods were coming in, what we were talking about, or if we're talking about rod covers. But
We'll take a
we
guess.
do carry rod covers. I don't really sell this stuff here. I guess I can give you some if you need some. But as far as rod covers to protect your rods, at home and on your trips, we do sell many different ones of those. Yeah.
All right, and Raul, if we're misunderstanding your question, feel free to clarify and we will answer it, my friend. Rob S., where do I find your adventure trips, Phil? You have anything set up on the Ocean Odyssey? I do not have anything on the Ocean Odyssey. You can send me a text, Rob, grab a pencil and a piece of paper. I'm going to give you my phone number. You can send me, I got to catch up on some of these texts too, because there's a bunch of guys that want the charter list. But send me a text, just put charter list, and I will do all of you guys that I've screwed up on here tomorrow. 657-227-6459. Just send me a text, Rob, and I'll send you that tomorrow. Larry Griego, are Star Drag Macaira's going to replace Tesauros?
I don't know. I don't know if they've come out with a replacement for that reel yet. I'm sure that Okuma is going to come out with something to replace that line. I'm sure they're going to have some type of Star Drag reel, but I'm not sure what they're calling it or whatever, so I don't really have any info on that.
Friggin' Doug Rubin's keeping me up to date. 97 likes. We're going to blow past 100. And we're running out of questions, Sam, so I could bring up another topic, or we could run over and have chicken wings. We'll see. I'm going to ask a few more questions. You got any more questions out there? Let us know while Sam and I are still sitting here.
Bring up another topic. What do you got?
Right now, or you want me to read? Let me read this, and then I'll come up with another topic. When the Daiwa guys come, you ask them if they're going to release left-handed versions of the Saltiga. Yeah, well, the owner of the company is going to be here.
Yeah.
I would think he would know.
Yeah.
We'll grill him on it.
Grill him on it.
Yeah. And if he's not going to release left-handed,
we won't let him go till he does.
right?
Yes.
We're no chicken wings.
Yeah, no chicken wings.
Yeah, he
for that
sits
guy.
here. Like what do they call those cells in Russia? I forget. When you're really screwed, you get in
yeah.
the.
Which is the one you were at?
That was the one.
That was the one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Below freezing temperatures.
what do
And,
they call it?
solitary. They have some other punishment cells, I think they call them.
Really?
Sounds lovely, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Let's see. Rocket Dog. Hey, Phil, Sam, is it possible to show how Danny Kadota...
It is possible. I'm sure it is.
Wait a minute now. Rocket Dog's going to have to come back to explain
Yeah.
that, isn't he? Oh, maybe not. Is it possible to show how Danny Kadota
Catches so many fish.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
possible.
yeah, it's
I have
possible.
several videos on that, actually, and
Yeah,
he
yeah.
is very, very good.
Very good.
He is. Stop it, Sam. You're killing me. Omar says, good evening. That one I can handle.
Is this the Omar that you saw? No.
I don't know. I'm so screwed
It's
up
not.
on that. I'm telling you, man. Both these
Thanks, Omar.
there's two Omars floating around out there. They're both super nice guys.
Yes.
The guy I met at the Long Beach show, and then I think it's this Omar said, I didn't meet you at
that
that.
wasn't
And I'm
me.
like, oh, I'm busted. But hey, it's good to see you, Omar. Thanks for saying hi. Patrick and Sarah Harnjack up there in Montana. Sam, is there a specific rod cover you recommend? I have trouble finding ones wide enough to cover my heavy 100-pound rod.
So the one that we sell here, we sell one that's a cloth one. It's actually extra long, and it'll go all the way past, most likely a 100-pound rod. I'm assuming it's like a 7.5 foot rod, but it'll go all the way past the bottom, and you'll be able to wrap it up and then tie it off. And then there's also the ones from Stick Jacket. They make one, and it's called the what's it called? Well, it's their biggest one, but that one also should fit on that as well. But yeah, that's no problem if you want. Let me see if I can show that one that we have here.
All right. While you
come
do
over the
that,
topic.
I'll remind everybody to hit that like button. Also remind you all that I'll be on the air tomorrow morning with the morning briefing, bright and early, where we run down fishing from Mexico all the way up to sometimes San Francisco. We'll be covering it all. It's going to be a dicey morning tomorrow because it's supposed to be windy and rainy. So I got to look for those windows. And where I'm filming the morning briefing right now is about a 10-minute walk. So if it starts pouring, man, I'm going to get doused. But happy to do it and enjoy doing it every single morning. Best Income Tax. Don't forget our dear friend Tim Marquez. You've got to check him out if you want to get that burden of taxes off your shoulder. Give Tim a call. And if you have heating and air conditioning needs, John Lopez at Efficient Heating and Air Conditioning. I didn't bring their phone numbers with me tonight, so guys, don't get too mad at me. But
Undo that one real quick while I...
open it up?
Yeah.
You trust me to do that?
Well, nice and easy.
Oh.
So I can close it up again.
You don't want me to do that. I mean, like when I open a Christmas present, it's destroyed. Like this?
Yeah, just nice and easy.
Hey, here. Open that thing up nice and then toss it back to me.
Here's the first one
I don't
was
wanna
talking
ruin
about
it.
here.
110 people watching. We can't shut this show down. Screw your chicken wings.
So you're just going to slide it over the top here.
Over 100 likes now. I don't care what Sam says about these damn chicken wings tonight. They're overrated.
We're having chicken wings.
Thanks to all of you who contributed. Really
So
appreciate it.
usually the problem, that what he's talking about, is it won't go over the biggest guide.
Yeah.
So that one slides over no problem.
See, he can't open this damn thing either.
No, he's trying. Give him a chance. You didn't even try.
I tried.
You tried for about 2 seconds.
Yeah, I did. Well, I have to run this board here. It's very important. You know, I'm running the sound on the microphones constantly.
You're the brains of the operation.
Oh, yeah, that's why we're really in
Yeah.
serious trouble here.
Need some new brains.
All right, did it? Are you? What are you
So-
doing? Oh, there you go.
So then tie it back up just like that there. So
Bob
That's pretty
Gifford did
simple.
it. He's going to try to
pretty
hand it
simple.
to me without being on camera. Thank you, sir.
So then there you go. There,
Nice
you just tie
job.
that up there. You guys get the idea. And then they also too, you can show them this guy here. There's actually another brand. I know you can order those online and things like that, but we sell those here as well. Same exact thing as this one here. I think that one's even maybe a tad bit wider.
And it's
then-
$9 is all?
Or $10, yeah, $9.99.
Yeah.
And then there's this stick jacket. This one's pretty popular because it's easy to put on. The only thing negative about it is that if you have a bunch of rods on a trip, is that they take up a little bit more room.
Oh, okay.
So with these cloth ones, you can fold them up pretty small and put them in your bunk or in your bag or whatever. Not take up too much room. But this guy here, you just slide it right over the
Oh,
top.
wow.
Yeah. And it expands, so it'll go over that large guide, as you can see, pretty easily. It's not as long, so it doesn't go all the way down to the end of the rod, but it'll go down to where the reel is. And so that's on a 7.5 foot rod.
I wonder if that would slide down Scott Buchert's head. I'm going to try
He's got a
that.
big head. I don't think so.
Will it fit on a spinning rod?
We can try.
So it'll fit on
That's a good
on
question.
spinning rod,
Will it-
maybe a freshwater spinning rod. Once you start getting into these larger guides, like a saltwater spinning rod, it may not.
All right, excellent.
With the green one.
Are we good?
Green one- yeah, we're good.
You're good, okay.
Yeah.
Rick
I don't
Slater,
think so.
what is your favorite fish for a sandwich? Your favorite fast food fish sani.
What is it?
I love halibut.
Halibut? Yeah.
Halibut's great. Rockfish is great. Calico
Rockfish,
bass is
yep,
great.
Yep.
Anything like that. Anything I
Yeah.
think that would make a great fish taco.
You can make like a tuna salad.
That's
Sandwich.
also very
Yeah,
true. Yeah, tuna salad is so freaking, it's so much better than the canned tuna. It's just head and shoulders
Oh,
above
yeah.
it. And it's easy to make. But yeah, I love like a little breaded halibut on a sandwich with a little, kind of a dill sauce on there.
There you go.
Oh my God, I'm getting hungry. And the brioche bun has got to be toasted. And am I making you hungry? Are you ignoring
already
me?
hungry.
You're not even listening to me.
Yeah, yeah.
You're already.
I'm trying to see the next question.
How many likes do we have? Forget the next question. 107.
107. All right.
Really?
No, I don't know.
Oh,
108.
there we are. Keep them coming, everybody.
107.
You're motivating Sam and I to hang in there for a little bit longer. All right. What's your favorite for fish?
All those ones we just said.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. You named all the good ones.
Yeah. Let's get to the chicken wings.
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
hear it already. Yeah, dude, Garibaldi's delicious. Doug Rubin says 100 likes, and now we're even past that. Sam asked Sarah and Patrick Harnjack up there in Montana, do you have any of those SKB backpack hybrids to show?
I don't know if I have it handy. Let me go look.
All right, everything's a mess around here because they're moving stuff from the shows and everything else, but Sam's going to go check it out right now. Don't forget Ventura Harbor Sportfishing, providing you with excellent service and great fishing adventures. 805-676-3474. And of course, Island Fishing Tqckle here in the beautiful city of Carson, California. You should come by and see the inventory here at Island Fishing Tqckle. Everybody who works there is here to really help you pick the right rod, pick the right reel, find the right tackle. They will really help you so very much. So my high recommendation to not only watch fishing, what is this called? Tackle Shop Confessions. I'm getting tired. But to come down and actually see Sam in person.
The fish sandwich show.
One of these days. I'm going to make fish sandwiches one of these nights and present them to our audience.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am.
No, you're not.
I might do that on St. Patrick's Day.
No, you won't.
But I'm going to use green food coloring.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Go ahead, Sam.
Here it is. So basically, this backpack here, or the bag, we'll just call it a bag here to start. Standard bag, it's got the trays. It's got actually room for one more up here. It's got room on top, so that's nothing different at all there. The cool thing about it is that normally these bags that are like this, it's either a backpack, which this is, as you can see, it's got the straps right here. It's got a backpack, but also sometimes it's either a backpack or it's a roller bag. So it's got wheels, and this one is both. So it's kind of cool, in a way. I mean, there's a couple of reasons. There's times where, depending on where you're going to go, you got kind of a rough, a path to where you're going to get to. You can't roll it really good.
Right.
And so you got to carry it. A lot of times the straps, even on this one, not really made to be carried from the clothing strap right here. It'll work okay, but you can see where if you got a lot of weight on it, it may not be that easy to carry.
Or just hard.
Just hard to carry because it's going to be off to your side.
Right.
Whereas this is a backpack, also too, what that allows you to do is that if, let's say you're on a big trip and you got like 9 or 10 rods, your hand's free and you can carry your rods still.
Yeah.
Whereas if you had to carry this with the one hand or even roll it, you may not be able to carry those other rods. So it's really versatile in that way. So however you're going to be doing that, you can do it. Also too, it's got room for 4 rods. It's got a little rod holder deal on the side.
Oh, that's
It's got
really
2
cool.
on each side. So when you're getting set up on the boat, if you have the room to have over your overhead type of storage here, you can set up 4 rods right next to your boat. Next to your tackle box.
Is this another one of those indestructible type of is it akin to the tackle box or not?
No.
Okay.
This is a completely different product. They don't make it down there in orange like they do the other stuff. This is imported.
Yeah.
But yeah, the other thing too that's kind of cool is that the straps, I forgot to say here, the straps actually come off. So, if you knew you weren't going to use them, you could take them off and maybe stick them. There's a little bag back here. That way they're out of the way and not kind of like snagging on stuff or whatever. So the straps themselves are actually removable. So that's kind of cool too.
Very cool. Excellent. All right. Good stuff. 112 people watching right now. Hit that like button. We really appreciate it. Great crowd here this evening. Sam and I thank you very, very much. Raul Amara says, Sam, I have a rod sock or cover made of cloth. That's what I meant.
Okay.
Got that?
Yeah.
All right. What? Doug Rubin on El Sueño. Great show tonight. Beer's on me when you come on down. Root beer for me. You can actually have a beer. I, on the other hand, Doug, am not mature enough to
Where are we
be able
going?
to. San Diego.
Oh.
Doug's down in San Diego.
Oh, that's right. We're gonna go fishing on his boat.
Yeah,
for
we're going to the
rockfish.
Marlin Club for the
Marlin
barbecue,
Club.
first of all.
I am not.
And then I'm going choom, right down to Mexico.
Yeah, I'm not going down there. I can't. I would, Doug. I would, but I can't that weekend.
All right, very good. Let's go to Rocket Dog. Hey, Phil and Sam, is it possible to show how Danny Kadota's surface iron rigging? I don't want to lose my candy bars, and the swivel sounded interesting. Infesting.
Yeah.
Danny's infested with something. Danny, did you know you're infested?
So
Don't
what
worry
were
about it.
you
I know its
talking-
voice.
What were you talking about the rigging there? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Danny, what does Danny do?
Yeah.
You're going to have to help us out again, Rocket
yeah.
Dog. Let us know, first of all, what it is Danny does with the jig and if he needs a veterinarian or something because
Maybe if
he's
somebody else was,
infested
maybe
with
if somebody
something.
else here was there when he was talking about it.
Yeah, I do 100,000 interviews a day. People, hey, what did Joe Schmo say to you 2 weeks ago in that interview? How the hell do I remember? I don't know. All right, let's see, Richard. Richard, thanks for being here. Will you have the rain shadow jigging blanks at the next show, Sam?
We will. We'll
You
have
sure about that?
100%.
All right, perfect. Rocket Dog says fat thumbs.
Gotta
So,
take that package apart. Yeah.
oh, me.
Yeah.
But Bob did it beautifully.
He did it so good.
Yeah, it's like
Like a normal person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No question that I'm not normal. There's no doubt about it. N6 Zuen. Sam, what kind of rod do you recommend for the Tamacon
Tanacom.
500 electric reel with 50-pound braid? 110 listeners or whatever they are.
Yeah.
Viewers.
Oh man, we need to get some wings.
Man, we need something. I need some coffee or
Yeah.
something.
So I think with that, it really depends on what kind of fishing you're going to do. If you're doing some deep water stuff, or if you're doing, some shallow water stuff, with that electric reel. But I imagine you're fishing somewhat deeper water. That reel is the smallest one of the Tanacom, so it's not very big. But I would imagine something in like the 6 to 7.5 foot, rated like a 30 to 60 probably be where I would be at. But you want to maybe even consider, depending on how heavy a lure you're going to use, if you're going to do like a super heavy weight with like a 2-hook rig,
Yeah.
you might even want an even stiffer rod. So maybe some of these guys with electric reels are using like a 5-pound weight. So you got to have a rod that's going to be able to hold that up. So
Right.
Just really depends on what you have on the other end past the rod.
All right, Rob S. says, I think it's called a gulag, a Russian prison.
That's what I said.
So, well, hold on. I was living pretty close to Russia when I was in China. I used to go to Shanghai and watch the Russians play the Chinese. They had a hockey team. It was a lot of fun. Anyway, I studied a little bit about this. It is a gulag. However, in the gulag system, I think it's called a punishment cell where they don't give you any medical attention. They don't have a heater or a blanket or anything. You freeze to death in there.
Oh,
and what was the other lovely thing they do in there? Well, there's probably a little bit of corporal
you're
punishment.
dead,
Yeah. No medical attention. Oh, and solitary, you're alone, and they probably come in and beat the hell out of you every once in a while to make things really nice.
Just to make sure.
Yeah, Putin's a great guy. Let me tell you. All right, let's see. Daniel Lightfoot. It's up to 110 likes.
There you
I
go.
bet it's better than that. Daniel, you're always behind. Daniel Lightfoot. Yeah, Daniel. Yeah. Michael Limon, Daniel Lightfoot.
Yeah.
That's right. You should have heard what Scott was calling him. He was like Daniel Lightbutt or something. He was Scott was making fun of you. It wasn't me. It was Scott. So there you have it. Ugo Jin, question for Sam De La Torre.
Yeah.
All right, not Sam, somebody else. When you gonna buy a knife, gigs from Japan for tuna gray fishing show by the way.
Man, yeah, I think that spell check got him too.
Yeah, you can't decipher that?
No.
He might have spent a little time in a punishment cell.
Well, the only thing I can figure is that he's asking when am I going to bring knife jigs from Japan for tuna. But I don't know. I have a bunch of knife jigs here already. I don't know if they're from Japan, but I do have some From Japan, yeah. So
Hugo, if you want
I
to
got 'em
clarify
all.
that,
Yeah.
it probably was your voice, and that gets all screwed up. Man, 116 people, 122 people just jumped up again. Woo! We're starting to climb to astronomical levels tonight. Thank you. And next Monday night, the Lexa 500, right here with the
Wow.
president
Imagine.
of Daiwa.
That's gonna be
And
crazy.
all the people that run around and make sure he's having fun
Imagine
are going
if
to
it
be
doesn't
here.
show up.
Well, hey, we'll fill some time, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the real, maybe the real will
Yeah, I know, man.
Never
Well,
know.
the show must go
The
on.
show must go on. It'll be another short show.
And I screwed us entirely when I said, hey, we're almost out of questions because there's a ton of
Yeah,
questions
yeah.
again. So we're going for a little bit longer, Gifford. No chicken wings quite yet. Michael Ortega, how about just using the haywire twist for surface irons?
Yeah, I'm sure that would work just fine. That's what a lot of people do, actually. Yeah.
Any word on Endeavor trips for this year? Not yet. Don't have that. Phil, any word on the Albies? I need to do an Albie forecast. I know they're catching them about 700,000 miles away in the South Pacific. Tom Holland keeps me in touch with all of that, but nothing so far. I will say this, that the Tulare Lake thing, we called it it's full. It's
full.
like completely back now. And the last time the albacore were wide open, we said last year, hey, Tulare Lake is pretty full. They're going to bite. Of course, they didn't bite.
is that the
It's
prediction?
totally full
Yeah,
now.
so they're biting.
I'm getting close to just.
What else do you need? What's the one thing you need?
I'm going to
push you
talk
over the top.
I'm going to talk to the Pope here in the Vatican City and see how he feels about all this.
I thought you were going to say you're going to wait for the founder of Daiwa to.
All right, we
chime
can
in.
do that. Yeah, tune in. For the founder of Daiwa, he's going to make his albacore prediction right here next Monday night on Tackle Shop Confessions with
There's
Sam De
nobody
La
coming from
Torre.
Daiwa. Okay, I'm telling you right now. I don't want anybody.
I know.
calling
Really,
us
Daiwa's going to,
liars.
hey, what are you a-holes?
Yeah.
It's going to be too
Yeah.
much, man.
There's nobody coming from Daiwa.
Ruben says, good evening, guys. What setups do you guys recommend for a trip down to Bahia de Los Angeles in junio? Bay of LA in June.
Yeah, what do you think?
Well, you're probably going to be fishing yellows, right?
yep.
You're going to be probably some Dorado, maybe.
Maybe some grouper.
Yep, some
Yeah,
grouper.
yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, pretty general.
Like a rail rod kind of rod on
Actually,
those grouper, probably.
Yeah. I would definitely bring at least one super heavy rod.
I would. Yeah.
You can even do a little bit of slow trolling or something like that
You
with
can
that
fish those
same rod.
baquetas in that super deep
That's
water.
super deep water.
Yeah.
Some of the guys do get into some of the jigging, so that's going to be a kind of more of what we use for tuna up here, like a super heavy rod, because you're fishing like 400 feet, something like that, really deep water, and those fish pull hard, but they are a big prize. But past that, you can be doing some yellowtail fishing on the bottom, and it's kind of more of a yo-yo rod. The yellowtail down there are not known for being huge, but they are known for fighting hard. They live in a high current type of area. That they're swimming hard all the time. Those things are just tough fish down there. So, but you can get away with even a little bit lighter rod for that. So I'd probably take about 3 or 4 rods at least. Something that's super heavy, something that's kind of a medium weight. And then also too, you got to think about Cabria fishing.
Yeah.
There's a whole different style of fishing altogether. It's basically a super heavy duty like calico bass outfit, basically 8 to 9 foot rod with a bait caster reel. And for that, I would almost take a couple, because it's just so much fun to do.
Oh,
and then,
God, it's so much fun.
yeah, and you can get those fish also on a surface iron. So now you got about 6 rods you got to take down there. So
Yeah,
it
you can
really
even
depends, yeah.
walk the beach after your ponga
Yeah,
gets in,
yeah.
maybe take a siesta, and then at sunset walk the beach and throw some jigs off the beach.
Yeah, I know a lot of the fish that I've seen in pictures from the beach down there have been a little bit on the smaller side, but still fun. Yeah, so you might even take another rod for that.
Excellent. Gabriel Sayes, right? Is that double L? Yes. He does that just like my girlfriend.
I know.
Yeah, I can't believe
Why does he do that for?
his girlfriend is something
Yeah,
else. All right.
I know.
All right. Can't believe it, Gabrielle. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Patrick and Sarah Harnjack, can you read the size, model, style on that stick jacket?
Yeah, that was the BG Magnum. BG
You have that memorized.
Magnum.
BG Magnum.
Yeah, which I think it stands for Big Game Magnum.
There you are. Omar's back with us. Omar, good to
Omar.
see you. Stop. I know what you're thinking.
Omar.
Is that the Omar you met in front of the? Omar, don't let him mess
He's
with
part
you
of the
here.
family, Omar.
He
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
I have a M1 82 MH paired with a Lexa 300. Would this setup work as my 20-pound offshore?
It definitely would, you know, as long as those fish are within a certain size. I think 20 or 30-pound fish would probably be about the limit for that outfit to be a comfortable size. I mean, can you catch a bigger fish on that? It can happen, but I would say a 20-pound fish, 20 to 25-pound fish would probably be about where that rod and reel would be, the limit of it being comfortable. That's really more of a calico bass rod and reel, you know, so definitely going to be on the small side. And don't be surprised if you get into a hot bite and catch 25 tuna, that reel would be toast after that, you know. It's not really designed for that, but maybe for one trip to catch a couple of fish, I think you'd be okay. But not as a main rig. I think more, another guy was asking about a Saltwater 20. That's really the size, the kind of reel you want for your offshore 20-pound is more of a full-size star drag reel with the right kind of rod for it.
All right, thank you, Omar. Great question. June Z. Now, here's a good question. What wing spot do you guys go to and your favorite flavor? So June Z wasn't listening to you when you mentioned that
remember what it
earlier. You
was?
screwed it up. No.
Yeah.
He knew?
So it is going to be SoCal Wings.
Right next door to you.
Right next door.
It's really good.
Yeah. It's 100 feet away. And the flavor is Buffalo Gold. That's my favorite.
Buffalo Gold. And I'm Mango Madness.
Mango Madness.
I do like the atomic. I like the spiciest you can get.
They got about 40 different flavors over there.
I know.
Yeah.
And they're big.
Yeah, that's the one thing about them. I mean, you know, wings in general are good. I mean, I'm not a wing connoisseur. I'm sure there's better wings out there or something like that, but these are as good as any I've ever had.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, they're
me
really,
too.
really good.
100%. June Z, we'll see you over there. I
on down.
said, well, let's say we'll probably be over there in a half hour. Who knows, though? Hey, great show. 104 listeners. Israel de la Cruz. Hopefully we have good weather window on Thursday, making our way out for our trip. I believe Israel is on the Pride.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they had a great signal, as you've probably learned tonight. Israel, and I've looked at that weather. Hold on, let me think about this. Yeah, I think you're good.
Pretty good?
I think there's going to be wind on maybe Sunday or Monday or something like that, but we're going to get through this. There's going to be some breeziness tomorrow for sure, and then it starts to really settle down and gets down to like 1 to 5 knots.
yeah.
It looks really
Good.
nice. That's local. I don't know where you guys are fishing, but I assume it's going to be one of the islands, Santa Barbara or Nick or Cat, and I think it looks pretty darn good right now. I'll be, of course, covering all that on the morning briefing every morning. Tony Alvarado, what's a good CalStar rod for a Talica 10 for the yellows, bait, small lures?
Bait and small lures. So I'd probably be looking at something the 800, 800M to like a 800, I would say ML to like an 800 MH. And then you go to an 850L would be a good one too, 850M. And then 900L or 900M would be where I would go.
All right, Tony, good stuff. Patrick and Sarah Harnjack, thank you for opening those rod covers, Sam and Bob.
Yeah.
Because I didn't open one, did I?
No.
I resisted.
Yeah.
But that is nothing personal, Patrick and Sarah. Forgive me. Sam, please bring some cloth socks to PCS. DJ B wants you to do that.
Yeah, we will for sure. Actually, we took about maybe 30 or 40 of them to San Diego, sold them all.
Really?
Yeah.
Excellent.
That's another one of those things. We took the same amount to Long Beach, and I think we sold like 10. We took like all those down
they
there.
sold out
and
down
we
there.
sold out down
That's
there.
weird.
If we would have took more, we would have sold them.
That's weird. DJ B, thank you again for your kindness tonight. We really appreciate it. Cue Ball says, nice, hit that like button. Nice hit, Kit. That will do.
That'll do.
Do you get that?
I know. No.
Yeah. N6 win. What kind of zippers does that SKB bag have?
Black zippers.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not sure.
What does that mean?
Yeah, he might be asking for a brand or something. I don't know. I don't see a brand on here. They're pretty good looking. I don't know.
Oh, those are, you don't know what those are?
What are they?
Those are the Diamond Jim zippers.
Diamond Jim?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Diamond Jim zippers they make a Diamond Jim cut of prime rib, and they came out with a zipper right after that. You ever heard of that?
No.
San Franciscan.
Oh, really?
HKK.
Yeah,
HKK.
YKK, yeah.
HKK.
Oh, HKK.
Hey, we're joking around with you. I don't think Sam even has an idea what kind of zipper it is.
No.
What kind of zipper do you have on your Levi's?
I don't know.
One that goes up and down,
Yeah,
right?
one that goes up and down, yeah.
We have no idea. We are woefully ignorant here on zippers.
Zippers,
and
yeah.
classifying them. But I promise you that Sam will bone up on that. Not only will he talk about the Lexa 500 next week, but he will go into a dissertation on zippers, the different types, and what works best
Be
for
nice.
him. I'm not being
Yes,
honest.
you are.
All right, I'm just kidding around a little bit. Cool. Granddaddy, Sweets, the man that tried to kiss me. Or did I try to kiss him? I can't remember. It was one of the two at the Long Beach show. Sam,
Jeremy.
that bag looks perfect for me. Did you give the price?
I didn't. I think
What's
the
wrong
regular
with you?
price on those is like $240. I think at the show we were selling them for $200.
Was that the SKB bag?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm
Patrick
assuming,
and
yeah,
Sarah
yeah.
asked the same question.
Yeah.
How do you wire your surface jigs?
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
Yeah. You know, actually for mine, I actually will just crimp them. You know, I mean, they make small crimps and they work really good. I have a good crimper for it. But I know that haywire twist is pretty popular. But I actually crimp mine. So I think we had basically done that. That was a while back now, maybe a couple years. But we had done that Wahoo video making a wire leader
Yeah.
for bait.
Yeah,
Same
that was a good.
same
You
deal.
did good on that.
same deal. Oh, finally I get to good on something.
Yeah. There are so many questions now. You're never going to get a chicken wing tonight. I'll tell you that right
Close,
now.
yeah.
Rockadog, laughing out loud. I'll save it for Danny. Nolan Oshiro. Is it Oshiro? Yeah. The question about the Pacific Dawn was because it's going to Collinet this weekend.
Yeah.
So that sounds like they've moved.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good question. Thank you, Nolan. Appreciate it. Ernie Montano. Where's Ernie been? I haven't seen him for so long. Phil and Sam, thanks for entertaining us. Where are the big bluefin tuna? Still here locally? Is my guess. Anyone targeting them? Not really, right?
Well, with the Albacore coming, they got to leave, right?
That's true. No,
Yeah.
they can. They get along together. They can coexist.
Can they?
Yes, they've done it before. You
Have
know
they?
that, of course. No, but I'll tell you this, Ernie. The Polaris Supreme has 3-day trips in March. I believe the Queen too, and those boys will find them.
Yeah,
So they'll run them down. And I have to agree with you. They got to be around here somewhere. Water's a little bit warmer because of this El Nino. It should be game on right away. And don't forget, April 4th through the 9th, we are on board the Independence 5-day trip. You can join us by going to independentsportfishing.com or give their office a call. 5-day trip, Friedman Adventures, with a whole cast of characters. My son Philip, he's bringing 3 or 4 guys. Scott Bouchard, putting on a margarita bar, free of charge for everybody.
On the
I
3-day?
told the Captain Brian that, and he looked at me like, oh my God, this is going to be crazy. He knows Scott very well.
Okay.
And I forget who else is on that trip.
he's
Bunch of
well-known.
funny guys, actually. Yes, he is. Let's see, Rick Slater. Hey, Danny. Hey, Danny, are there any short wire setups anymore? They used to have a Corbina shorty made from the Salton Sea. Worked great for sharks and puffers in Baja. Danny?
Yeah, I don't know, Danny. What do you think?
You're Danny.
I am. So, yeah, I think actually we do have some stuff there. We actually made some up for guys that fish for some sharks in the surf, you know, like leopard guys and things like that.
Yeah.
So we have some stuff like that. I'm pretty sure what we have would work just fine.
Man, you're going quick on these answers now. I know what, I can read your mind. Tony Russo, Sam, will you have UC Invictus blanks at the PCS show?
Yes.
Yes or no?
All right.
All right, Rocket Dog. Good night, guys, and enjoy the wings. Thanks,
All
Rocket
right,
Dog.
sounds great.
All right, we're out of
Let's
here,
go.
right? Oh, no, there's a few more questions there. Happy President Day, fellas, says Tim P. Appreciate that very much. What's a good 15-pound finesse combo to use on the local boats for the flatfish?
A rod and reel.
Okay,
Hold on.
perfect, thank you.
I'd say 8 to 9 foot. You know, the longer the better, probably on that. You know, but probably more towards the 9 foot. You want to have a little bit of bend in the rod. Something rated maybe like a 20 to, well, we said 15 pound, huh? So maybe more of a 12 to 30 line rating, but a little bit longer. Something with a light tip, and the reel, anything in that small size, something like a size 20. You know, Saltis, Saltiga, maybe even a 15. But this is going to be the size line where you can probably even get into a bait caster and do real good. Maybe like a Lexa 400 or something like that.
Great question, Mackie. Really appreciate that. Hit that like button, everybody. We are at 121 likes right now. That would be my guess right now. And Sam will probably just make me suffer and not give me the answer.
No.
Chris
we don't.
Inslee joined super late tonight. Love you
Chris.
guys, Sam and Phil. Chris, thank you so very much for being here. Late is good, and you can go back and watch this when it's archived here in a few more moments. How many? You're not going to.
114.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're cranking. Tony, hey Phil, do you have connections with Daiwa? So make it happen for the Lexa 500 show.
Don't you?
Next Monday. Darn right I do.
Yeah.
You know, I've been running around with this thing on
So
for
you're guaranteeing
through
it.
2 years. I'm guaranteeing it. Yes.
Yeah.
The president of the company?
No,
not
the
so
Lexa
much.
500.
But oh yeah, the Lexa 500. Easy.
Guaranteed.
No problem.
All right.
Yeah, it's going to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Due to unforeseen.
Oh, yeah.
Next-
I'm just not showing up.
Yeah.
You're doing the show. Yeah, no problem. Hey, I really think it's going to be here. If not, you can blame Sam. That's for sure. N6, Yuan. And you would have 150 if you would have went to makeup before the show. More like plastic surgery, I
And
think.
he did
for
go
me.
to makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Need plastic
This is as
surgery,
good as
man.
it gets.
This is it, man.
This is it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Thank God my wife was blind when I met her. That made a big difference. Cool Granddaddy. Hey, Phil, have your boy from Daiwa hooked Sam up with a pre-order special deal for the Lexa?
We did have that. We did some pre-orders, or pre-buy, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, is that still
A couple
going
weeks
on?
ago, and I think we've sold out on those. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. If we get more, we'll let you know,
We'll
though.
let you
Sam
know.
will let you know. Spastic D, LA River Steelhead will be back before the Albies. Oh, come on. Don't be so pessimistic. You're making Sam happy here. Brackish bass. My friend and I were able to squeeze on a Cherokee geisha charter with Shim and Gloom.
Shimano and G. Loomis.
Yeah, okay.
Merge
Danny Kadota was teaching me and my friend amazing tips.
Oh, that's awesome. That must
Yeah.
have been a cool experience.
Yeah, you know Nolan Yan Jr., I think is his name?
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
must come in here.
Yeah.
Super nice guy.
Nolan,
He came out
yeah,
on
yeah.
our Apollo trip, and he was such a nice guy, but he was just sitting with Danny. He couldn't get enough of just,
Yeah, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
talking to him, and Danny's such a nice guy that it was really, really good stuff. Doug Rubin, El Sueño. Hey, Sam, how long have you been in the fishing business? Have you ever been on a 16-day trip? Do you have any swordfish experiences? Thanks.
So
No, yes, no, bye.
Yeah.
Is that what you're going to do?
So I could technically probably 30 years, I guess, fishing business. Well, longer than that since working on the boats here when I was a kid. I mean, so we're going on like almost 35 years
It's
or so.
amazing, man.
Yeah, 35 years. But no 16-day trips for me. I do that 11-day in the fall. That's my longest. And I haven't tried that swordfish thing yet.
All right, Brackish Bass says, we got on the boat by luck. So they met Kadota, and that was
Yeah,
great.
that's pretty cool.
Hey, man, that is awesome. Gabriel says, Phil, hot albacore bite on Tulare Lake.
Yeah.
I'm going. Full speed, Tulare Lake. Get the lift poles out, man. I love it, Gabriel. Thank you. Calico Chris, where did all the bonito go? Hey, what's up with that? Because they were biting in King Harbor like a month ago, and then I haven't heard anything more about that.
Well, it is kind of off season still, you know. I mean, but they were biting kind of off season pretty good there for a while.
They were.
But yeah, I don't know where they go.
You know,
I mean, things come and go like anything else.
Chris, one thing I can tell you is they are biting down there around Ensenada.
100%,
So
yeah.
they've had it for a couple months now, and big grade bonito, like 5 to 8 pound fish, and
Yeah.
some a little bigger, some smaller. But I looked at Blackfin's catch yesterday. They had a bunch. A little horse out of what's the name of that place?
Ensenada?
Yeah, out of Ensenada, but I'm trying to remember the landing.
Corral,
It's
or-
what's her name?
Yeah.
Her place, her mother's place.
Can't say what's her name.
I know. Paulina.
call them?
Paulina. Forgive me,
See,
Paulina.
Paulina?
Paulina.
You see what I was
No,
telling you?
I'm an old
I
man.
tried to warn you. I tried to warn her.
They've been
Careful.
catching bonita and Ensenada.
Careful
Let's
with
put
this
it
guy.
that way. And a few yellows also. Blue Skies Memorial Day weekend is best for big yellows at the Bay of LA. 60-pound mono, 2-0 hook, sliding sinker. Fish are not deep, but second week of June, they go deep. Memorial Day weekend best for the 40-pound. How's that?
That's it. Pretty good.
All right. Jeremy, did anyone...
Oh.
wait, let me see here.
Yeah, they wouldn't show up for surf fishing yesterday with you.
So, yeah, and
No.
actually, no, they didn't show up because I actually sent out a text and said, "Hey guys,
Surf's up.
it's unfishable."
Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody bailed. I'm just trying to save everybody the drive down. Some people were halfway down, but yeah, it was way too much. Blue skies at Casa Diaz, of course.
Maybe that's a Bay of LA.
It is Bay of
location,
LA.
yeah.
Yeah. Chris Navarro, Sam, I am. I'm going on a 1.5 day on the Pride, April 12th. Am I rock fishing with a chance of bluefin? No, it's too early to tell.
Early to tell, but yeah, I mean, at this point, yeah, it's a chance.
Yeah, that's a
For sure.
possibility. Sea bass fishing's a possibility. I know those guys. I can tell you,
Maybe
just in
swordfish?
general. No, in general, they want to fish sea bass and halibut as
Yeah.
long as they can because
Yeah.
they get on that bluefin.
They're stuck on it.
Yeah, either
So,
you're
yeah.
once you start, you're stuck
Yeah,
on it, and then
yeah.
you're 24 hours a day.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So, and the sea bass and halibut bite's been so spectacular.
Those guys on the Pride will make whatever the best possibility
Totally.
happen.
100%.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Spastic D. Tony, I just picked up an 800M from Sam in San Diego, pairing with, what is it?
MXJ.
MXJ. Seems like I'd also work with your size Talica.
You know how I knew it was the MXJ?
No.
Because he actually
'Cause it says MXJ
'cause it
there.
says MXJ.
My eyes are starting to give out on me a little bit. I'm so hungry. I need a chicken wing. I'm dying for one. At Casa Diaz on Flyline Max, of course, Camargo.
Sounds like fun.
I'll bring you guys some SoCal wings at PCS. Can I get my Alexa 500 spooled with 50-pound braid? Sam?
No. No, yeah. That's a hot item, yeah.
All right, Omar, thanks for the advice. See you all next time.
Yeah, man.
Now, Omar's trying to get rid of us. We love you. Omar, man, we got just a few questions. We thank you all so very much. We will continue here. Oh my God, Carlos knows. It's Juanitos. Botes Juanitos. Thank you, Carlos, for
Juanitos.
bailing me out. Te quiero, Paulina.
Wow.
Whoa. Paulina, are you listening to this?
Maybe Carlos can do some fishing with you down
Carlos, calmete. Let me go back here for a second. Christopher Navarro, great show as usual. We growl like lions. Next Monday, I predict Phil bites Sam's arm because he looked at his tri-tip. Oh, that's right. We got tri-tip next week. Good night, Friedman Adventures and friends. Patrick Hornjack and Sarah Hornjack, Cherokee Geisha was one of the best boats back in the day.
there.
Is that boat still around? Yes, it is. It is the Old Glory.
Oh, glory, yeah.
That's right. And a guy by the name of Butch used to run, Butch something. He passed away, actually, in a horrible accident in Panama. Got caught between the boat and a dock. And so Butch was a great guy. Loved him very, very much. Tim Marquez, thanks, Phil and Sam. Enjoy your wings. Tim, why don't you come down and join
Yeah.
us, man? What's wrong with you? And Carlos says, Juanitos and Ensenada. We will repeat one more time. Te quiero, Paulina. I love you, Paulina. It's kind of the in-between. Yo amo is a little bit more
Yeah,
forceful. Te quiero.
Well,
I can
I-
say that to you.
Like, I love that girl.
Yeah, she's great. I love her.
Yeah.
Not I'm crazy in love with you.
Yeah, no.
Although that's what he really wants to say.
Is
I know
it?
that. Yeah, I think so.
You can tell.
Carlos, calm down. And Anthony Amalfitano, thanks for the show, guys. Enjoy your dinner. We have come to the end of the questions. Does
Right
that
at the
mean you want to
time.
terminate, or
Right at the
would you like
time.
to continue talking about the hot mackerel bite down on the docks at 22nd Street Landing?
Is it?
Sam,
Right?
it is so good right now.
Really?
I don't know.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I really
was about
don't.
to go down there.
No, you're not. You want to go over there. Chicken wings. Why don't you wrap it up and tell everybody, what do you want to tell them? Tell them when
So,
you're going to be at the PCS
For
show.
you guys,
Go
I'll do
ahead.
this year here. Between this week and next week show, we always kind of talk about doing something. We're gonna continue to do some of the deals we had at the BART Hall show here for you guys that are watching the show. So if you guys couldn't get down there or missed out, out of the area type of thing, come down to the shop and as long as we have it here, we'll give you the same deals that we had at the show. But you do have to mention that you saw it on the show. Also want to say thanks to Diego and Luna. They came down this morning and were helping put stuff back. They put most of the rods back in their place. Thank you, Diego and Luna, for helping out. There's a day off today.
Good job, Diego Luna.
Thanks for my wife Adriana for holding down the fort there while I was gone. I know it's a tough task, so I thank you very much. And thank you for all the guys who were down and just kind of greeting me with letting me know that they watched the show and they appreciate it. You know, sometimes I wonder how much of it is getting out there, but I realize it is. So come on down and see me this week. Any of the sales that we had going on at the show, we'll honor them for the rest of the week, as long as you mention that you saw it on the show.
Sam, always a pleasure. Had a really great time, and now it's time to go tear it up at SoCal Wings, man. They're going to get the bouncer out, and you know how it gets over there when I have a little too much Diet Coke.
They see you coming down there, and they're like, we're done for tonight.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great evening. I'll see you
night.
tomorrow morning on the morning briefing. Make sure you come down and see Sam this week at Island Fishing Tqckle in Carson, California. Have a great night.
Good night.
All right, there we go.